Hey everybody, welcome to your number one Star Wars podcast, fellow Jedi Knights.
Stop.
Me personally, I loved it.
I didn't sign up for this.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Comfycast. Welcome back. It's our final episode of the year.
Woo!
My name is Reddish Blues, and I'm joined today by Mr. Hoot.
Hello.
Varia.
Hi.
Poondunkus, and Beefy.
Hello.
I feel, Varia, like you try every episode to be as more sad with your hellos. Hey. Well, next year just gonna be, and Varia, gunshot noise. Welcome to our Game of the Year cast. We're gonna be sorting through our lists of our personal Game of the Years and talking, or actually we're gonna be choosing a Game of the Year. And we have a couple other categories that we've selected to go through just to highlight some other games that we played. But we're going to start off as usual talking about what video games we've been playing for the past however long it's been since we had an episode. I think about a month. So I'll go first. I played some Final Fantasy last night, Final Fantasy 14. I did the Christmas event. I played Doki Doki Literature Club since the last time we had this podcast, and man, that game is crazy.
I still have yet to play it. I know you told me to.
I'm gonna strangle you. I'm gonna stab you. Never mind.
That's one of those games where, like, it looks like it's something else, but then it does like a crazy plot twist thing, right?
Well, I mean, I don't want to give spoilers, but by the way, let's say this up front. Yeah, since this is our Game of the Year podcast, we're gonna have some spoilers probably when we're talking about games. But yeah, there's a little twist to it, but it's not really a spoiler because
it's not just a straight up like Katawa Shoujo. Oh my god, this is such a good. It's got a twist to it.
It's a visual novel about anime girls and being in their literature club, but there is a twist, and I guess we could talk about it later. But I did really like it.
Cool.
Other than that, what else did I play? I played some Mafia 3 on PlayStation just because it's
an old game, right?
Yeah, it came out like last year, but
yes. Last year.
I played
really?
it because last year. But I played it because it was like a deal for I think it was on 2K store. It was like $20 and you got the collector's edition and it comes with like 2 vinyls and all this other shit. So I was like, $25, sure, I'll buy it. And so I've been playing through that, but I literally only did like 3 missions. I think that's it. That's all I've been playing. Overwatch. That's it. Okay. Quick, who's next?
I'll go.
I've been playing some.
Oh, never mind.
Okay. Yeah, sorry.
Get
buddy.
fucking disconnected.
Fine. Go Poon.
I was just gonna say, I've only really been playing one. I haven't played much games at all, so the only real new thing would be the Fighting EX Layer demo.
What the hell is that?
That's if you remember the Street Fighter EX games, they were not actually developed by Capcom back in the 90s. They were developed by another company who made up a bunch of their own characters to put alongside the Street Fighter cast. So this is basically a game featuring those characters, because, Capcom's doing their own thing now, but they're reviving the series with all their original characters. And, it seems decent. It's always nice to have more fighting games. And Skullomania is in this one. Everybody loves that guy, because he's like a skeleton Power Ranger, so...
Yeah, he looks cool. So that's all you've been playing?
Yeah, that's the only new thing, so.
All right, Mr. Hoot.
Can I go?
Yes.
You have the floor.
Yeah, so most I've been playing last weekend, at least, was the Monster Hunter beta, which was really, really, really good. And by the way, there's another one coming up on December 22nd from this December 26th. Yeah, it's freaking Monster Hunter, but everything I wanted fixed has been almost like 90 to 95% fixed. I've been played it a lot on remote play to give it a go. Like, how would it feel on a Wi-Fi on a Vita? Yeah, portable, since
You've been playing the beta on a Vita?
Pretty much. And it's surprisingly comfy. Like, if after a bit of fiddling, it's really easy to play. I would say maybe not all weapons, especially the more fiddly ones. I never remember. No, it's not the switch axe. It's the other switch weapon, like sword and shield that transforms into an axe.
Yeah.
That one's a bit fiddly to do on the remote play, but otherwise, like, I didn't have any problems. Although sometimes the screen being small is that I don't necessarily see what I'm doing, and I think I spent an entire match blasting someone with a wyvern shot in the face, and was really mad at me. Other than that, I've been playing the FF15 Ignis DLC, which I like the core, but they also have this whole thing where they added this. They did an entire alternate ending, and what I thought was like it would be an alt ending for the DLC, but no, it's an alt ending for the actual game.
Oh wow!
It's like an entire thing, and it's fun in itself. Like it's kind of a quick what if scenario. But people kind of they kind of imply that, oh, like both of them can be canon. I'm like, yeah, nah, not really, because it's too many inconsistencies. Like,
is it better than the original ending?
No.
Okay.
Narratively, it's like, it doesn't just work because it's just suddenly like, I don't know if anybody cares that I spoil the actual thing here.
I don't. I don't know about our listeners. Here's a warning. He's going to talk about the end of Final Fantasy 15, so... all three of you kind of take off your headphones for about 20 seconds and put it back on.
I'm not even going to spoil that much, but the ending, the original ending of FF15 was just like considered one of the better things of the game, like the strongest points, because it has like a really strong lead up. It has like a really satisfactory, like I'm not going to say exactly, but it's kind of a sad ending. But
does Lightning come out?
Yes, it comes out. She's in France. Then she marries Tabata. But no, it's kind of a sad ending, but it's like really well built up, and since the entire game kind of themes towards that ending, so it makes sense. The new alt ending kind of basically says, "Oh, what if we had a good ending instead?" And like kind of like a everybody lives moment, which in itself is fine, but just done in the most laziest way, where you kind of ignore an entire plot point, like a really important plot point of the main game, to make it happen. Like, the one character is supposed to die, and then the alt ending they just go nope. Like, for what reason they don't say, but it just doesn't happen.
We saved him.
It just kind of awkwardly doesn't show the scene where he's supposed to die, and then he's fine afterwards.
So it's supposed to be like a feel good kind of ending, like
yeah, it's kind of like everything went well, and I guess for people who like this, it's completely fine. But I would not consider it canon. I think it's just not only just because of like lore reasons or stuff like that. It's just that it's not as good on a writing aspect. Other than that, one last thing I've been playing, catching up on the Shovel Knight Spectre Knight DLC. Been playing on the Vita. It's really, really good. It's like, it still has every aspect of Shovel Knight is. It's really well designed.
Is that the third one?
Yeah, so we had the original game, then we had the Plague Knight DLC, and then now we have the Spectre Knight, and there's still like one more, I think it's King Knight, that's supposed to come out.
Oh, but that's not out yet?
It's not out yet. I think it's the next and last one. But mind you, all these DLCs are free. Like, it's all free content. And all of these DLCs are basically extra games. And yeah, Spectre Knight plays way more like... he's way more fast, and like you can do more like some form of not air juggling, but you can slash through enemies in the air, which makes it that you have this kind of nice more fast-paced melee combat aspect to the game, which is fine. Super good. Recommend it. If anybody hasn't picked up Shovel Knight, I just recommend picking up Shovel Knight as a whole, because you get basically 3 games in one at this point, and soon to be 4.
Oh yeah. Very cool game. Very good music.
Oh, yeah.
I like that kind of stuff. Okay, moving on. Beefy, what have you played?
Mostly Final Fantasy 14, of course.
How many hours do you have in that game, Beefy? Jesus Christ,
300?
I know you're going to say a lot.
I really don't know. Like over 300, probably.
Can't count that high.
So I started playing Final Fantasy 12.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
How's that? Is this your first time playing it?
I played a little bit of it before. I never got that far, though.
I actually want to play that one.
Yeah, same.
What's the dude's name? Van or Vash? What's his name?
Captain Vash.
No, Van and Captain Bosch.
Bosch.
Captain Bosch.
Of Dalmasca. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, aside from that, of course, Overwatch and PUBG, and
Ew.
PUBG.
I thought you were a real gamer. Gross.
I thought I could have sworn I saw you playing Skyrim like us real gamers.
Well, that's cool. Anything else? Last minute games under the wire. Before the year ends out, have you played anything?
No.
All right, Varia.
I think last time I said I was playing Battle Chef. I can't remember, but I was playing Battle Chef. Also, I guess I'm allowed to say this now, but I got a product review code for Valhalla on Vita, and I was playing that, and I kind of like put it down for a bit, and then I started playing it again. And I told myself I would finish the review, and it's been like maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks since
Oh no.
The thing is, like, I'm really into that game, and it means like a lot to me. So I'm putting like a lot of effort into writing like a review that's not just, well, it's good like everyone else says, but I want to like at least explain why I think it's good and why I personally like the game.
It's worth spending time on that stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I've been playing Azur Lane.
Explain to me what this is.
So,
I see you playing it all the time. I don't know what the hell it is.
You know Ken Cole?
Yeah, the boats,
Okay,
right?
all the boats, the ship girls. It's basically China made their own version, and it's just as good. And they got a Japanese
Just as
version
bad,
out.
some might say.
Well, the thing is,
It's just as evil.
It's not the same kind of gameplay. It's more like almost like kind of like a casual bullet hell. Like you can take hits and stuff, but you can like shoot back, and it's really fun. My ships are really high level at this point, so I can just put auto and farm different nodes for drops and items and to upgrade them with. But basically, I was like on a 3-week binge to get these 2 fox girls, which we talked about earlier.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Worth it.
It was 2 weeks straight. Like every time I had my computer on, I had Azur Lane up and running and farming the same node. And farming it takes like around maybe 7-ish minutes. Just to go through it, and the drop only drops from the final boss of that node, and so I just kept rinse and repeat the whole thing over and over again, and it took like maybe 2 weeks to get to both girls because I think their drop rate is less than like 1% or something. I really don't know, but I was super happy.
Was lucky. Well, I guess it's not gotcha,
I've actually just spent like maybe $8 because they had like a special deal where you get like the fuel to play and these cubes that you need 2 cubes to like craft these boats, but there hasn't been like a crafting event or a pulling event recently, so I've been saving them up, and I've just been stockpiling them for the next event, and it's like the only gacha game I've been really into recently.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I was basically done.
Okay. I was just going to say, you reminded me that I've been playing some phone games too that I guess occupy a different headspace than video games to me, so I didn't think of them. But I've been playing the Animal Crossing Pocket Camp.
Oh, yeah.
And it's okay. I played it a whole lot like the first weekend and then a little bit less over the week, and I haven't touched it since. Just let's hope that they make a real Animal Crossing game soon. But I also been
please
doing the Fire Emblem Heroes, and they've got a Christmas event. You can get Christmas Tharja, so
downloading as we speak.
Oh, have you seen Yoko Taro's comments on on Animal Crossing? That was hilarious.
It's so great. He's like, he goes completely dark right away. Like, I want to burn the
What's
forest.
wrong with this ecosystem?
It's like, why are these people eating meat? Aren't they even like what are they eating if they are living cows and they're eating like barbecue?
He said something. Is there like a picture of the Nook Jr. or whatever? And he says, by your father's blood, mayhap he will repay his sins.
That man is a treasure.
He's the best.
Swear was also been going on, like he made an animal prison.
Oh yeah,
a jail for everyone.
That's funny.
So I've just been playing that, and I remembered Gravity Rush 2 is getting their online thing cut, so I've just been rushing to finish that up. I'm almost done. Almost really done.
Rushing through Gravity Rush, eh?
Well, no, the online component.
Gravity rushing.
Yeah.
Just doing treasure hunts and stuff.
We talked about that before. That's like,
Man, that's still sad.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we'll talk about Cat later in this episode. Anyways, all right, let's move on to the news that we have missed since our last episode, and that is we had PSX, crickets. Okay, and then we also had the Game Awards. Jeff, my boy Jeff,
He really
really
brought
coming
it
through
home.
in the clutch.
Yeah, it's been improving year after year in terms of like, so not necessarily as an award show, because there's still that annoying thing is like,
Oh yeah, God,
you
they
know,
run through awards without fucking getting to recognize them at all. Like,
I don't,
oh, by
I
the
don't
way,
think you
Persona
can
5.
do one or the other. Like, you either get all the awards listed,
Yeah.
or you run through all of them and people
Yeah.
still get mad. Like, I can't
Yeah.
see like a
It was-
middle ground.
it was a discussion I had because the thing is, a lot of people watch the VGAs because of the announcements. And that's also how Jeff gets his money to do the VGAs, because he needs to get the sponsors and all that thing for the commercials.
Right.
And I sincerely don't think, like, I would, but I know most people would not watch a pure award show for two reasons. One is that, yeah, the people, like, where there's no announcements, stuff like that, people, like, you see how easily people get bored when it's just developers talking between them. Like, imagine that for, like, 3 hours.
I know I wouldn't watch it if it was just announcements.
Mhm.
I mean, if it was just awards, if it was just
Yeah.
announcements,
Yeah.
I'd watch it.
I like that
Yeah.
they're like, peppered in there. I just feel like for the main categories, he should at least, they should have a presenter come out real quick, even if it's
Oh.
just him.
Also, the second reason I think it would just not work as a pure awards show is that game developers are not actors.
Yeah, they're not all charismatic up there, like with the most
I
beautiful
mean-
speech and all that stuff.
Mhm.
I mean, sometimes you'll have a guy go fuck the Oscars for 5 minutes and make him
Yeah.
incredibly
You're a
uncomfortable, which is
wild
the great
card.
part.
Man.
But
He sold his game really well, though. He got me interested.
but yeah, like most developers are in fact people like us
Yeah.
who are already
Crazy.
awkward just talking through mics.
Yeah, I wouldn't listen if we had an awards show. I wouldn't listen to it.
God,
I mean,
how stupid do you have to be to listen to a bunch of strangers talk about awards?
Wait, thank you for coming. But yeah, most of it is supposed to like actual award show. We're not bringing the audience and money, so. But in itself, the show was super entertaining. And he's been doing good work. So congrats, Jeff.
Yeah, I think he really is trying for
He is.
this
I think
industry.
I think he's aware of like the shortcomings, but I think he's trying.
Yeah.
And it's
Sorry.
good that, I mean, I guess you could say if TGAs weren't happening, all of those announcements would have been at PSX instead, kind of. But since they really downplayed that event this year, it was great that we had
Oh
something.
boy,
to kind
did
of-
they!
I feel like I don't think
Bookend.
Reggie would have shown off the Zelda DLC at PSX, but that's just me. I don't know. Maybe
Yes,
he
yeah,
might have.
that's true. Like, where would Nintendo stuff? Where would the
Yeah.
Bayonetta 3 announcement?
Oh man, hey, we're getting ahead of ourselves here,
Yeah.
all right? Let's talk about the Game Awards. What did we see?
That was
Um,
that was at the Game Award.
I know, I'm saying let's go in order.
Oh, in order.
No, never mind. Let's talk about what we were hyped about. Okay, Bayonetta 3, woo! Man, that was crazy.
Well, do we even need to talk about Kojima's trailer?
Oh, that.
We don't. This is only
Oh,
I have to
talk
say
about it.
something about that.
sure.
Okay.
I always mute you guys so I can watch the trailer in peace, or else I hear what the fuck is going on, and then it gets annoying after a while, especially for someone who's watched a lot of Kojima's trailers. It's just something that you kind of have to do after a while.
But so, what did you think of it? Did you like? Oh my god, a baby!
Actually, he spoke, like, he had an interview with IGN later on where he actually elaborated on what was
Yes,
happening.
that was made me more hype.
Mhm.
the game myself, because I
gives
was
some
like,
sense.
I'm glad that he is considering the gameplay, and it sounds like he's making something that has to be a game. You know what I mean? Not making
Yeah, a
a game
movie.
that has a bunch of cinematics. It's clear that he's approaching this from the point of a video game, and I think that's great because I've always felt that his game design sense was more important than his narrative sense.
Well,
in the
did
Metal
you-
Gear Solid? So
That's a hot take. Did you Do you think, or did he say? I didn't see this interview, but did he say like, is it going to be like what kind of gameplay it's going to be, or just that he's focusing on
Not
gameplay
really.
as well?
He talked about some gameplay, elements, and it's going to be about like game overs, but not really game overs, and how like you die but don't die, and your death is a permanence in the world and some stuff. So it's still
It's a
kind of
fucking
weird.
tower defense. Is that what you're saying?
Well, the most, like, so first of all, he did say, like, months ago that the gameplay style will be in the style of Metal Gear. Like, it would be a third-person action game.
Over the shoulder.
Yeah, probably something like that.
Got it.
And from his most recent interviews, like, because the way he specifically calls the part where you see Norman Reedus, whose character is named Sam, by the way, in the water after like it kind of explodes, that's actually the death state. That's the game over screen. And you can play that screen and like grab some stuff before going back to your body. And the way he phrases that, because he calls this place purgatory, and I've heard that somewhere else, but that makes me think that I think that makes a few people think that this game might be about the rapture.
Whoa.
Well, there's also the other big thing is that this game is all about chords, as in binding people together, rather than, as he phrases it, sticks for pushing people apart. You know, like the first tool that man made was a stick, right, to ward off others. You know, that's some 2001 shit, right?
Yeah.
So the opposite of that then is a cord to bring people together, and that kind of ties into the umbilical cords of the baby and the cords you see connecting other things going around. So there's some interesting stuff going on there, and I'm just, like I said, glad to know that he clearly does have a plan, and it's not just a bunch of weird shit with his actor friends. So,
which I wouldn't mind watching either way.
It's true, kind of.
It's either going to be like great because it'll be visionary, or great because it won't make any fucking sense at all and just be like so like cacophonous, all his friends thrown together, and like, you know, Guillermo del Toro. So what? But so do we think that the babies are? Am I just like too stupid to understand that that's a metaphor, or are they like actual pilots of these people or something? I don't know.
Well, he said it's like only like it's the same baby we've been seeing for all the trailer. It's the one baby.
So there's one baby. Okay.
Yeah. So far.
Got it.
I think the babies are magic babies, and also, actually, no, hold on.
Here we go.
He called the rain, he called it timefall.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, that one guy rapidly aged. I guarantee you that baby is the main character himself from another timeline, and he has to care for himself.
Guaranteeing is pretty hard.
Guaranteeing.
I don't know. I mean, that'd be great, but man, I mean, not great. That'd be cool.
Well, I guarantee the baby will be somebody. It'll be the time shit, like either the baby will grow up into somebody during the course of the game, or it'll be someone else. But they'll play with that. You don't have a baby in a game about rapidly aging without aging your baby, you know?
I'm going to call it here that the baby is Solid Snake.
Straight up.
That would be bold.
Yeah.
But what else was at the show?
Well, Bayonetta 1 and 2 is coming to Switch, which came to Wii U in the same kind of 2-pack. So that's cool if you haven't played Bayonetta, or if you just want to.
They're fun games. You should.
Bayonetta 2 is amazing. I love Bayonetta 2.
Isn't it crazy that we got also Bayonetta 2 and 3 before Devil May Cry 5?
Wow. Yeah, no Devil May Cry announcement, though the leaks were there. Except for, wasn't there, they're doing a remaster, right? Like all the games and bundling them together. I guess that's what...
Oh, yeah, the DMC? Yeah, they're doing a collection of 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
So that's something, Devil May Cry fans.
Oh, and they already did the whatever version they called it for 4. Was it just last year or the year before?
Yeah, so, they released special edition on PS4, so I don't think they need to re-release it.
If you're a Devil May Cry fan, you got stuff to play, and hopefully it's building to something for you.
Yeah, was there anything else? I'm trying to think, was there anything else big announced?
There was a few cool games, like we saw Witchfire, which looks really, really cool, which is kind of like first person, like Skyrim with guns.
Oh, you know what? That trailer was really interesting because it starts off looking like a walking simulator, right? And then it's just like, and also the developers of, I forgot what they made.
Like Bulletstorm.
Yeah, and then dude just pulls out a gun. That was pretty cool.
Then there's From Software with their ambiguous teaser. That...
Fucking cock tease.
Oh, you mean Bloodborne 2?
I mean, half the people are saying Bloodborne 2, other people are saying Tenchu or
No, it's Bloodborne 2. I'm just trying to trigger who. Yeah, no, Bloodborne 2, absolutely.
And Soul Calibur 6.
The Metro game too.
Well, that was announced before, but yeah, they showed the new trailer.
They showed like an extended trailer.
Mm-hmm.
That looks good.
Yeah, they showed the Zelda DLC.
I still haven't played that, by the way.
The new PUBG map as well was shown off.
Desert.
And yeah, I think these are like the big things. And then the game of the year was, as pretty much expected, Zelda during the VGAs.
Did anyone else, when towards the end when they were playing like a medley of all the Game of the Year soundtracks, and they
Except
played
Nier.
"Rivers in the Desert" from Persona 5,
Persona 5, yeah.
and then the
Mhm.
guy who was doing like the flute part was sounding like the recorder on that bad video of doing the Titanic theme and just totally murdering it.
Fucking ruined it.
That made me laugh. The orchestra was nice otherwise, though. That's a fun touch to have.
I will express my frustration that they played no music from Nier, who won Best Soundtrack.
They couldn't do it.
Wait, really?
They couldn't.
Yeah, Nier won Best Soundtrack, didn't
Nier
play
won
a
Best
single
Soundtrack,
song
yeah.
from it.
And again, like
That's-
before the award show started,
Hilarious.
I don't know. Yeah, so the Game Awards, I guess in general, we all agree that they're getting better. It's something I've always kind of enjoyed it, even though people were like, "This is shit." Even the ads were like funny to me before. I gotta say though, I honestly kind of wish they would have stuck with like something else besides this girl hawking eBay links at us. Like, that was very more off-putting to me than the fucking "Are you bored yet?" Or shit Hydrobot.
Yeah, what's
So-
Shake Hydrobot?
Yeah, I don't know. They could have picked like, I don't know, just do Coke ads or something. They haven't had some
Todd
McDonald's
trying to
ads.
sell us Skyrim.
Yeah, they should have just had Todd come out, at least play into it.
Dude, that would have been great if he just came
Yeah.
out and made an impassioned plea for everyone to buy his game. He's not
That's all he
announcing
would've had-
anything. He's just
At the
he
end
just
of that, like,
shows up
hashtag,
like dirty and underfed. And he's like, "Please, you need to buy my game."
an obvious fake beard, like with the string
Yeah.
still going around his ears.
It's like,
Yeah.
my family's life is depending on this.
Yeah, but anyways, that was the Game Awards, and I joked about it, but PSX did happen,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Did they announce anything besides?
They did show. They announced the medieval remake.
Yeah.
that's true.
Remaster.
Yeah,
Yeah,
remaster.
it's a remaster of the first one, which they kind of giving the Crash Bandicoot treatment.
I mean, if they get around to Spyro eventually, that'll be nice. But I never played medieval, so I can't say that I have nostalgia for it. Sorry.
Yeah,
overall, PSX actually got, like, watching it was boring as hell. And, like, I remember because I woke up at like 5 a.m. to watch it, and that was the most disappointing
Oof.
thing I ever did this year.
so sorry.
However, there was some interesting things like peppered through the convention, like mostly like as interviews that you could pick up later. And I think the most interesting one for me was so they talked a lot about Soul Calibur 6 because a lot
That's
of
right.
people, including me, were not super keen on like the most recent ones. Nobody likes the new roster. It got a bit confusing with the mechanics, and people were kind of wondering where it would go. It basically, Soul Calibur 6 will more be like a Soul Calibur 1.5 in terms of story, where they go back into the past, and like you can see it in the trailers, like Mitsurugi is super young, Sophia is here, so she's not dead anymore, and it's probably going to be all the cast of like Soul Calibur and maybe even Soul Edge. I don't know how back they're going.
I wouldn't be
and-
surprised though if they include a couple of the more recent characters, like Raphael, for example.
Yeah,
wasn't
Raphael
in
might
the
be
original
there.
Soul Calibur, but
Mhm.
he's so popular. Obviously, they'll just throw him in there. And
I'd
I
like
don't
if they
mind.
bring
That would
back
be fine.
Zasalamel, would be cool.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's another one. Would be
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
to
he's
see
immortal,
again.
so you could definitely fit in there.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, it was mostly interesting, and yeah, it's like there's the speculation is like this, they might even do something with the story where like it's a what if scenario instead of like Nightmare doesn't get the Soul Edge and someone else does, and we go from there.
wow.
Yeah, it really
Um,
just seems like a chance to reboot the franchise, which will
Mhm.
be just fine. Like sometimes I don't like reboots, but
I think
Yeah,
for
the-
Soul Calibur is nice because it was
Mhm.
really messy in terms of story and all that stuff.
right,
It's like, what if-
nothing will be missed by. Because like what's been the plot of the last couple of games anyway? Other than like, well, guess what? The Soul Edge is still around.
Is like, and now you have this shitty guy called Patroclus. Nobody
yeah.
gives a shit about.
What if we never added Darth Vader, Yoda, and Link?
Ezio.
Oh yeah.
And we'll
Ezio
watch
was
out now.
fun to
Disney's
play,
going to
though.
buy Namco and then put themselves in it. So
But also, yeah, this puts Namco as pretty much king of the fighting games right now, with this Dragon Ball Fighter Z and Tekken 7.
Yeah.
At least in my eyes, until like
well, I mean, we'll
Capcom
have to
is-
see how they do when they release. But right now, it's
Yeah.
looking Great
like
for
right
them.
now they have one really good game coming out that's out, one of the really good ones that's about to come out, like Dragon Ball FighterZ, and everybody's talking good shit about this.
God, looks so good.
And they just released a new trailer today, by the way, on Jump Fiesta, like an extended trailer of Dragon Ball FighterZ, and you see everyone. It's really, really good, and it doesn't go on, and you don't see just 18 seconds of footage this time.
Yeah, I know. They added who hit Goku Black and who else?
Goku Black, Beerus, and
Bills,
Hicks.
yeah.
Beerus. Yeah. Well, things to look forward to. So that was PSX. Oh, and then they at the end, fucking Greg Miller asked about you're changing your name, and what's his name was like, well, hopefully,
Sean Layden, yeah.
we won't have to address that again
Next year.
This
Yeah,
next year.
so you're on the timer now, Sean. You have 1 year.
You did it.
Oh,
you fucked
and
yourself.
also
You played
last little thing
yourself.
before we move on to Gamer of the Years and all that stuff and our awards. Capcom Cup happened.
Yeah,
And
that was
I'm
really great
really good.
matches, as expected.
congrats
and-
Minority.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Dominican Republic, bring it home.
And one really, really good trailer for Street Fighter V Season 3 Arcade Edition, which I encourage everyone to watch because it's a fucking great trailer.
Yeah, the trailer's probably the best, like Capcom trailer I've seen since.
Wait, is this the one with Chun-Li doing her makeup?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 10 out of 10 trailer.
And you see like all of the new characters from
Absolutely.
Season 3.
Yeah. Well, what a concept! Showing off your new characters before asking people to buy a season pass to get them.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's Street Fighter V has made some steps, and Arcade Edition is looking good for them. So that was
Congrats, you sold also, like you also said they sold more than 2 million and are edging by 2.5. So we can say, yay, Street Fighter 5 is out.
Woo.
Yeah.
So speaking of Capcom, Mega Man 11 was announced.
oh yeah,
Oh
that
yeah,
too.
I forgot about it. Yeah, and it looks pretty cool.
It's all right.
I mean-
I'm still kind of scared because I think I still have PTSD, minor number 9.
You still have Inafune's dick around your throat.
I know.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I think. Oh man,
I gotta
that
go
was
fucking
interesting
take a
though,
shower.
watching that.
What the hell?
And you could tell like that the people involved with it actually care. Especially
Yeah.
the character designer guy,
Mhm,
being all soft spoken, but saying how like he agonized over the design, and it's not even a radical redesign, but you're just like, yeah, he actually cared. He didn't just draw some shit and say, hey, it's a Mega Man. So
That's a blue robot.
There he is.
hopefully if they keep that level of care up, it can be good. I would have preferred an X9 because I like Mega Man X series better than classic Mega
I would
Man.
prefer the
but
Legends, but I mean, at least
that-
they are.
yeah, it's just nice that the series is apparently alive again. So
Capcom's doing some things.
Yeah, they're very like it's been years since they've been called Cap God,
yeah,
and they might come back to that status next year
Never
if
call
like
them
Monster Hunter and everything else is good. The only
And-
light on their thing right now is Marvel.
yep, yeah. I think we'll talk about that later. But
Yeah.
Well, guys, I think that's all the news, unless anyone can remember something else we missed.
Oh, I know
Overwatch
something.
is having their Christmas event. What else, Beefy?
I know something that was announced 2 days ago. Well, it's not like a major part of the news, but you guys were talking about Yoko Taro earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, on the 14th, I guess during Comicet, he put a proposal forward, or like a proposal document for a hypothetical game called OL Senkai, or Record of Office Lady War.
What?
shit.
Of course. This sounds like a Yoko Taro game.
Hold on a minute. Let me.
I don't know if that image posted in the chat.
I
You gotta do the link.
Jeez.
I'm googling it, not getting anything, but I'll trust you. That
I like-
sounds.
It's on. The news was announced on Crunchyroll.com.
I like
okay.
these designs.
True. Yeah.
As you can
I
see,
like this.
the mascot is a floating penis that's censored.
Oh, I didn't see him. His little eyes. God, those lines.
I wouldn't even be surprised if suddenly like the line is blurred. It's like near free.
Do it, Square Enix.
It
Give
would
this
make as
man
much
money.
sense.
All right, that's going to do it for our news portion. We're going to take a quick break just for posterity, get ourselves ready. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about all our categories for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Comfycast. We're gonna do our Game of the Year awards. We're gonna start with our smaller categories. We kind of pulled together, made a list here of all of our nominations for these categories, and we're just gonna read off. We did like a point system. We're gonna read off what we personally as a podcast chose as our top 3 for these awards. All right, we'll read the whole list, but the top 3 are really the ones that win, I guess you could say. So we're going to start off with our first award. It's called the Pokemon Go and Stay Go Award. This is an award. I'll just read the description that we wrote. They've been here forever, and you just can't stand it anymore. That, or you just think that one is enough. The category is for licenses, company games, or games that you wish would not get a sequel, at least for a while, or just die off completely from this cursed earth. Okay, so the winners are. Let's read the top 3, starting from number 3, Star Wars. How dare you guys?
Does that apply to just Star Wars games or Star Wars in general?
I guess Star Wars?
I think it's just
In
Star
general.
Wars, and I think that was written by Varia.
Yep, me.
Fair enough.
Tell me.
Number 2, the 3DS.
That was me.
I agree with this as a Switch owner myself. As much as I liked the 3DS at the time, it's time to let things go.
It's just redundant.
Let it go. I think there's plenty of games, Nintendo, on that system that it's supported. Thank you, and let's move on.
You murdered my Vita wife.
Yeah.
I know.
And number 1 in the Pokemon Go and Stay Go Award, things we want gone forever, ridden of this earth, scorched and burned. Ajit Pai, you son of a bitch.
You dirty motherfucker.
For those listening that don't know who that is, Ajit Pai is the man who killed net neutrality. He is an FCC member and a Verizon cocksucker. All right.
And it doesn't even make video games.
Doesn't even know what that is.
I'm sad that David Cage is not higher on that list, though. He's a nominee.
Yeah. The other nominations were Assassin's Creed, Sonic in general, Mario in general. Oh, that's Varia, of course. EA and David Cage. Not just his game, him as well. You're a mean person.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to our next category. This is the Wishful Thinking Award, a.k.a. the Sanguinius Award. We all have that one game we wish would happen already, but still hasn't. We even keep hearing about leaks for it. Or sometimes it's just our imagination. This list is for the game you wish the most would be real, or an IP that would be rebooted. Let's read the top 3, boys. Coming in at number 3, Portal 3.
So who wrote Portal 3?
Oh,
It should be noted that this category is tied.
It should be noted that there is a 3-way tie, right? Four-way tie.
4-way.
Technically a 5-way tie. How does that?
Well, no, because the other one we said it's got the
Right.
two people.
This is a tie for the 3rd place, I guess.
Yeah.
Portal 3, Advanced Wars on Switch. Sony let us change our name on PSN, which again,
That one actually is happening.
Yeah. And Rune Factory 5. Yeah, I just said it. Didn't you hear me talking
I
about
don't know.
PSX?
No, I wasn't here.
You heard it first, folks. Confirmed on the Comfycast. We're dropping the exclusive announcement.
I went to
It's
go get egg
happening.
rolls.
So at PSX, Sean Layden did tell Greg Miller that it's going to happen hopefully before the next
year.
PSX.
Yeah.
So it'll happen sometime in
next PSX.
2018, guys, and then that way we can all change our name from Fart Cum Bucket to I don't know, whatever you're into now.
Or come bucket too.
Fart Cum Bucket XX 2018. All right, so that was number 3. A tie between Advanced Wars for Switch. Sony let us change our names. Rune Factory 5 and Portal 3 for the Wishful Thinking Award. Number 2 was Persona 5 Crimson, which would be a collection of and added, I guess, kind of the way Persona 4 did with Persona 4 Golden. It's like I guess that's what people think it would be called if they were to
I'm
add
so
like
weirded out
maybe
by that one because Persona 5 just came out.
Yeah, it is pretty new. I mean, it's obviously fresh. It was just this year, but it would be like
it came
if
out
they added
last year in Japan. So.
Oh yeah, I don't count that, but yes, you're right. It would be like them adding a couple more social links, maybe I don't know, some other castle.
They could let us make more of a character out of that one newspaper chick at school.
Yeah,
I thought it was weird that because like she's an NPC you talk to quite a bit, but she has no name or portrait.
No name, no portrait, and like it's just kind of you could just check in with her. It's weird. They could also add a female MC. I don't know. Yeah. They could do a lot of things. And number 1 for the Wishful Thinking Award, as voted by us, Devil May Cry 5. Who did this? Who did this?
It's me.
You guys tell me.
I think it's
You
all
guys
of
tell me
us.
why you want a Devil May Cry 5.
Because Dante's awesome, man.
Okay.
Well, Nero's awesome and Virgil's awesome, but the thing is, the funniest thing with DMC5 is just like this is the like worst kept secret for a while. Like we pretty much know that it's actually coming. We don't know yet. We don't know when yet. It's not been announced, but there's been so many leaks that it's been worked on. Like all the leaks that said, we talked about it last month with the Soul Calibur thing happening and Street Fighter V leaked thing. Were all coming with the DMC5 announcement, and the only thing that did not get announced was DMC5.
Yeah. Maybe they scrapped it. Let's keep our eyes.
They're gonna have a conference when they just delete it live on stage next year.
Yeah, they just drag it.
They start the game. They start playing it, and like the logo's about to flash, and someone comes and tackles the guy playing it, and it's just like just turn off the lights.
Like it's Tamim who
And
comes
then
in
they
and just
announce
starts burning.
Dante Must Cry 2 instead.
Hey, who knows? All right, moving on to our next category. It's most bullied of 2017.
Oh,
Least
boy.
recognized or most forgotten. They were all good games. They didn't do anything wrong, and in any other year, they probably would have been more talked about. But sadly, they got bullied by the bigger kids at school. Here's a list for all the games you think were good this year and unjustly forgotten due to being overshadowed by the bigger players. And our winners are... Oh, I didn't read the other ones in the
You
wishful
did.
thinking. Okay. And
Oh, no, the other ones. Oh, yeah, no. I thought you said the description of.
it's fine. I think we had enough of a tie that we don't have to worry about the other ones.
Yeah, the others were just like 1 point each.
So here are the winners. Top 3 for the most bullied, most forgotten of 2017. Coming in at number 3, Horizon Zero Dawn. Great game. I loved it.
There's a reason it's called Horizon Zero Awards.
Well, it's gotten this one. Horizon
I
Zero
have to
Dawn,
say, I
great
feel
game.
like in a year without Breath of the Wild in
Zelda,
it,
yeah.
Horizon
Yeah.
Horrible timing. Horrible
would've been
timing
the
for
game of
this
the year.
game. Just very bad timing.
Yeah, like
I guess
any
it's
other
what-
year, this game would have like swept the floor with at least a few awards. Maybe not all, like because Mario still came out this year, stuff like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, it's like better luck next time.
Yeah, it's still a great game. Coming in at number 2 for most bullied, Pyre. Super cool style. I think it has good music. I didn't actually play the release, but I played a lot of it. Demoed a lot of it, and kept up with stuff that was going on, like development of it. But I kind of just felt like it just fell off.
That's the one by the guys who did Bastion and Transistor. Right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Okay,
it's
yeah,
super
yeah.
constant for Supergiant because if I recall, it was kind of the same thing with Transistor, right? When it came out, it was super liked, but like
Yeah.
it also was really, really quickly forgotten. Maybe not as fast as Pyre, but
Maybe it's that they're not obviously changing up the genre. Like this was like more of a sports game almost.
Mhm.
But I feel like that's a style in the music and having the same like voice actors for things and artists. I feel like it's like you kind of just expect like kind of like, well, it's not Bastion, like I don't know. I feel like people do that. They just it relates too much. Maybe they should just completely go off and make something different.
It's almost like people say, hey, we already gave them all the awards we could think of for Bastion, so
Yeah.
they're good.
That's true.
And even though they're
Sadly.
still good games, they haven't done anything radically different to make people really take another look, even though they're still excellent games.
Yeah, they got it. They got to step out on a limb, I think. But still a good game. And yeah, that was our number 2 for most bullied, and our number 1 for most bullied. Drum roll. It's Gravity Rush 2.
you're getting bullied even by your own developers.
I hate to be part of this because I did like the original Gravity Rush a whole lot, and I played the demo for Gravity Rush 2. I like Cat. I like the gameplay actually, where some people find it frustrating. I know Beefy loves this series, and so does Varia and
I do like
Miss
it.
Root.
Yeah.
But I didn't buy it, so I don't know why. I think it's just so many other games.
Yeah,
why
no,
do
like
you...
it's just like many other things. Like it came out earlier this year, and like the big maelstrom of like bigger titles. And sadly,
it wasn't supposed to release in January. It was supposed to release next The Last Guardian. Final
That's
Fantasy
right. It was
15.
delayed, right?
So even
it
with
was
that,
delayed.
yeah,
Oh, yeah. That
And,
would have been bad too, but it just didn't
mhm.
catch a break.
January, everyone's wallets were just like, nah, nothing
Yeah,
good.
and even like with a free like story DLC that came out later, like it sadly, and yeah, the whole For me, it's justified to be in top 1 because then it's like 3 less than a year later, it's like, oh yeah, we're cutting online services. Like, this is a first-party game.
That's bullying in its highest form. So Gravity Rush 2, you were the most bullied. We shed a tear. We pour out a drink for you, our fallen homie.
You did good. You did nothing wrong. You still got bullied.
Moving on. Our next award is the Loot Box Award. Worst use of microtransactions in a game. It's one thing to fuck up, but what better way to do it when you can look like an absolute asshole too? This category is for the most egregious practices across the industry this year. Microtransactions out the ass, shitty loot box system, gouging prices on the store, or a customer service out of Satan's anus can all go here. And
this is the one thing I know we all agreed on.
Yeah, for sure. Our top 3. Actually. Number 3 is Paladins. Okay, thanks. I guess this kind of just circumstance came in at number 3, but I guess some people, I mean, we've played Paladins.
No, but the thing is, after we played, like a week later, and after this Battlefront 2 mess, they changed the way they get loot boxes.
Oh, is it better?
No, it's worse.
No wonder. I didn't like the game. I mean, I could play it, I can stand it, but I'm not like, I have the itch to play Paladins, like some of you do, I guess. I could not. No. I couldn't find it, yeah. It was just whatever. The horses were so out of place to me, too. That really is weird. Coming in at number 2 for the Loot Box Award, worst use of microtransactions is Destiny 2. I know nobody here has played Destiny 2, but besides me, I think. But it's got a lot of votes. I did give it a point because it is pretty bad. To say not only that the microtransactions are bad because of the way that they're a roll of the dice. Maybe you get something good. Maybe you get a fucking mod for a weapon that you already have. Who knows? But also because of the fact that finding out later that they skewed the game to make you lose. Because the things you buy, the microtransactions that you buy, you can also get as drops once you hit level 20 every other time you level up after that. But what they were doing was they were lying to you about how much experience you were getting so that every time you did level, you thought you were getting more experience to get closer to leveling up when you weren't. So that's fucked up.
I also give it points because for 2 more reasons. One of them is they actually gouged content from the first game and made it behind loot box in their second, and
they blocked behind DLC. That's what
and the recent thing is that they also blocked content after the DLC came out. They did move back on that, but this is not a thing you should do in the first place.
But that's the same thing they did with saying about the experience. As soon as people find it out, they're like, "Oops, it was a mistake." Like, what are you talking about?
Big oops, guys.
All they had to do too was just say after you hit 20, your experience slows down, and people would have probably accepted it. It sucks, but it's but because you hit it, that's the problem. So that's number 2, and number 1, probably the most obvious award, probably the most obvious winner of the Loot Box Award goes to Battlefront 2. If you haven't been paying attention to any news that's been
first of all, where were you?
You were under a rock. EA fucked up hard, super hard. I see a lot of points being added to Battlefront 2 right now. They fucked up hard with their by making not only the worst progression system so many people have seen in a game, making loot boxes full with just trash. Poses for your stormtrooper. They made unlocks for heroes, which is, in my opinion, the best part of a Battlefront game. I never played the newest Battlefront 1, but I played Battlefront 1 and 2, the old ones. And the best part is being able to play as a hero, being able to play as a Jedi or even fucking Leia, But they make it so hard, they make it so impossible that I think it was it took 60 hours or 80 hours to be able to unlock one hero.
80 hours.
Like the easiest hero, which was Chewbacca.
Well, it was 8 years for Darth Vader, which also to point out, this was a hero available from the start on Battlefront 1 that they decided to lock out this time. Fucking Vader.
Yeah.
Cosmetics is all that they had to have done. Everything will be different skins or not skins, but their excuse was the lore. But there are different outfits you can give people to fit the lore.
Fuck the lore.
You can. They've worn enough outfits in this series to switch it up enough to have loot boxes or whatever, Can
I just say that it's crazy to me that Shadow of Mordor didn't end up on our top 3 because that was the game that kind of kicked off the whole loot boxes discussion. It had been brewing for a while, but it seemed like that game made a lot of people aware of it.
I actually had, if we're going to talk about this, because I actually had my own grievance against Shadow of Mordor, because I was also surprised that not a lot more people voted for this. I expected this to be in the third place, because this is the actual loot box is not as egregious as the other two, but it does influence the gameplay most of all, and in the sense that it's really, really sinister the way the loot box system is done in Shadow of Mordor. I really hate it. And
yeah, I remember when all that stuff was going on. I think it probably didn't make our top 3 because it happened. I mean, it came out a while back compared to these other ones.
And other ones,
Battlefront is so
much worse.
Yeah, that's true. But those were shame on you, all of you. Moving on. Our next category is the Popcorn Award, Best Cinematic / Visually Impressive. Maybe they're not fun and or even barely interactive, but hot damn, they're pretty. This is the place for games who fire on all cylinders for graphical prowess and cinematic feel. Gameplay sometimes be damned. This award was kind of sketchy when we were talking about it. We were like, what does it mean? Is it just the best looking, the most realistic? Is it the most style? And then we all just threw a bunch of shit at the list and voted.
Well, the original,
I was pretty clear with what I wanted.
The original intent was movie games, Uncharted and stuff like that. The problem is that none of us actually played these games.
Yeah.
Or we don't. I mean, not to be mean, but Uncharted has had its time in the sun. Uncharted looks good. Everybody knows it. I mean,
right.
That's the only reason I was like, well, what about Cuphead and stuff? Anyways, all right. So our top 3 for the Popcorn Award, which might not make sense anymore the way Barry originally intended
it. It's
God damn it.
Visual
style.
Sorry, Barry. Yeah.
Award.
Let's go with number 3. Starting at number 3 was Ruiner.
Woo.
I love that game.
I leaned into my screen so all the things could hit me in my eye, all the lights and stuff. It was really neat. I felt like I was getting hacked.
Yeah. Very. My favorite thing about that game is the art for the enemies. Every time you meet a new, I think I've talked about this. Every time you meet a new enemy, they flash
it's a good
the art.
intro.
Yeah, it's a really cool intro, and God, that art is so cool. They get better and better as it goes too.
Mm-hmm.
Coming in at number 2 for the Popcorn Award, Cuphead. This is kind of an obvious one if we were going off style and stuff. It's, in my opinion, just not in my opinion. I know a fact. There's no other game that looks like this, right?
No.
This throwback cartoon, Looney Tunes style.
I haven't seen such an effort in animation for such a big project in such a long time. It's so rare to even find it today's in movies and stuff like that, to do a full classically animated thing. To have this in an entire game is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And then especially that it is not just that it's all hand-drawn animation, but that it's so perfectly captures that 20s, 30s style of animation. Just makes it even more special and unique.
Yeah. And coming in at number 1 for the Popcorn Award. Again, probably doesn't fit the category the way it's intended to, but Persona 5.
Yeah. Yay.
This game is all style, from the UI to just the whole world in general, the battles, the moves that you do. It's not really cinematic, I wouldn't say, because it's basically anime. But I guess it won because of its style. I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny because it's a game that's in itself the graphics not the most visually
it's flat
thing.
2D kind of.
Any other game would probably but it has to be telling that the UI alone elevates
that's really
the
why
game.
I voted it. And I just love how all the meters look, how moving around everything looks. It just looks so dynamic. Yeah. And again, it's a case of no other game looks like this. You see a screenshot of Persona 5 of just
exactly
the UI
what
alone,
it is.
and you know exactly what it is, and you're like, I want to play that. So.
Let's say that also our 4, 5, and 6 that didn't make the top 3 probably fit this category way better than our top 3. But Horizon Zero Dawn Zero Dawn had 2. That 2 threw me off. Wolfenstein 2 and Zelda Breath of the Wild, because Zelda actually there's a whole point of the game. Well, there's a whole. Might not be graphically impressive because everything is kind of covered in a haze or whatever. But there is an actual point of the game of finding literal memories that lead to a full cinematic. That you can go back and watch and tell the story of what happened. So
I guess I should have put Mario Odyssey on here because that was just a screen cap machine for me.
That's
But
true.
that also totally doesn't even fit cinematic because
Yeah.
that's the
Weird
opposite.
award, but hey.
Yeah.
Like originally, before we kind of changed we reviewed the definition, because my top pick for that award would have been something like Battlefront 2, which is, as bad as it is, the most visually impressive game you can find today on the market.
It looks like Star Wars. You know?
Yeah. It looks like you are in a Star Wars movie.
Oh, so depressing. All that talent and all the team that made Battlefront 2 look as great as it did. The DICE engine itself.
They're all dead now.
Yeah, probably. God. Moving on to the category that's closest to my heart. Best Original Soundtrack 2017. AKA the They Won't Stop Playing It on Dub Award. The soundtrack has to be made for the game, too, by the way. Thank you for that stipulation. But any song that gets stuck in your head, soundtrack that has made its mark in the industry or piece of imprinted in your soul is worthy of a place on this list. All right. And the winners of our top 3 are, coming in at number 3, Sonic Mania.
AKA, it should have been at the Game Awards.
Woo.
This
Yeah,
wasn't
it should have
even
been at least nominated.
at the
Yeah.
Game Awards. That's the thing that upset me most about that whole night. Because
Yeah.
this was perfect and should have won.
It's got really great music.
Yep.
Anybody have anything else to say about Sonic Mania music?
No, go play it.
On there,
Yeah.
and
Upset.
Gravity Rush 2 wasn't.
Yeah, Gravity Rush 2 came in 4th, so it's pretty close. All right, second for the best OST of 2017, Persona 5. Who once told me that Persona music was elevator music, and I wanted to strangle him through the computer.
I will say that, I will still stand by that. I still saw that Persona 4 music is like, a lot of it sounds like elevator music, and I'll fight you.
Persona 5, it's like an acid jazz. I mean, it's like the whole style that they go for.
Mhm.
But the soundtrack, there's so many good songs off of it, from the battle music to the intro music to the menu music. All of it is just perfect, in my opinion. I think I talked about this once with Mech, maybe, at a time, where we both agreed that the song that plays the most, which is called Poon, what's it called? I'm blanking.
You mean the one when you're in the Velvet Room?
Like no.
The
song that
Night
plays
Rain
the most.
one?
Yeah. What's it called? Oh God.
Night Rain?
No, it's not called Night Rain.
Oh,
The
'cause that's
main
the one I
song
love the most.
The main song that plays like all the time, at school, in between when you're in the coffee shop, all that stuff. That song was.
I'm a shapeshifter.
No, there's no. Yeah, that one. But without the words.
Oh
Whatever
shit!
it's
What is
called.
that one?
But I think it's Night Rain.
No, it's something breath or something.
Beneath the Mask.
Beneath the Mask. That's it. Beneath the Mask was my life for like months. That was the only song I listened to. I'd put it on in my car while driving. I would just in my headphones all the time.
Played at the funerals.
Yeah, basically. God, it's such a good song. And there's a vocal version, instrumental version.
I think I spent the most time in listening to one music from that game was in the Velvet Room, just because I was obsessing over the details of fusing personas and stuff. And it's amazing how that music does not get old, at least to me.
Also, another song I liked from there is Layer Cake, which is the song that plays when you are buying weapons from the weapons store.
Oh yeah, that was good.
That song starts off kind of weird. It starts off like kind of scary sounding or eerie sounding, but then it gets real like groovy. Like it's really good.
Groovy is a good word for the soundtrack in general.
For sure. So Persona 5, number 2, best OST, and coming at number 1, Jeff Keighley himself came down and made us choose Nier Automata. Woo!
Who also won the best soundtrack at TGA, so yay! I think for me, like this is the most I wouldn't say the most recognizable, but the most probably impactful soundtrack that exists in a game for this year.
Man, Beefy, what'd you think of the soundtrack?
I would say that it's probably the best. The reason why I selected it as my top soundtrack is because there's just a ton of different songs. There's even some remixes from the original Nier, which also had numerous awards for its soundtrack.
Thank you. That's exactly what I wanted you to say.
Yes, and a lot of the music a lot of the songs have their own I don't know 4 to 5 versions of a song, for vocals or dynamic. Or instrumental.
The chiptune, that's right. I forgot
for the hacking,
and the chiptune ones, and that all ties into the gameplay, and it really helps gives a sense of feeling when you're playing the game or an emotion, and it just really ties well into the gameplay. That's why I would rate it top.
I loved the whole soundtrack, especially the throwbacks to the first Nier soundtrack is probably, I think I would say maybe my favorite soundtrack of a video game.
Also, I think also the credit song, like Weight of the World.
Weight of the World. Oh, yeah.
Probably one of the most impactful thing.
Japanese
Actually,
though. Japanese version.
That's the one gripe I have with the soundtrack.
What?
I don't
You
like that
Weight of
song
the
at all.
World?
No,
Why?
I
Because you
think
don't
it's
like her
the worst.
voice?
No,
You
it's
don't
the
like
weakest. No, I don't like it. I just don't.
Why do you not like it though? Is it because of the way she sings it?
Maybe
when
it's
she
the
starts
vocals.
crying.
Maybe it's the vocals. It doesn't matter what version it is. I really don't like the vocals.
Well, the English version is far inferior. I would say just because of the lyrics. She literally repeats the same
Did you
lyrics.
push your glasses up when you said that?
Well, actually, if you watch
the
episode
anime
7,
crop.
you'll notice that Ray is not actually kissing Finn, but Finn's kissing Ray.
No.
Spoilers, dude.
Sorry. Okay, so that was our number 1. I do like Weight of the World, Varia, but I understand your grievances with it. But man, the way she cries at the end, oh.
Are you talking about the Japanese version?
Yeah, the Japanese version, the way she
But
Yeah, I've
for
noticed
me, my
that.
favorite part is the chorus that comes in.
Dude, I get chills every time hearing Bakua. Anyways, all right. I know our other
Karaoke out, dude.
our other two nominees, 4 and 5 on that list were Gravity Rush 2. Good
Big
music,
up.
great music.
I would put it as much as the same as all the others on this list because it's also
Yeah.
super good, like super underrated. I think. Like
I actually own both the Gravity Rush 2 and like Nier Automata physical OSTs.
Nice.
I did like a whole listening thing a while back, and I know they're different, but I think I like Gravity Rush 2 more because after doing some research for a review I did back in January, like the whole premise of like Gravity Rush 2 and like a lot of the influence came from like American comics, and it just carries that throughout like the gameplay and like the different levels you go in, and I think that like came out more and it was like, more well expressed to me than. Well, Nier did a good job too, but I just like the aesthetic of Gravity Rush better.
Yeah, Gravity Rush is like a kind of a spring in its step when it comes to music, and
It's kind of
really
swingy,
enjoy.
right?
Yeah,
I remember Gravity Rush 1 soundtrack a lot better, obviously, because I didn't play Gravity Rush 2 too much. But man, yeah, that's another great
also
soundtrack.
great. Yeah, and it's being used. You can still hear it really like the Gravity Rush 1 soundtrack. You can use it actually. You can hear it in like several YouTube channels who use Gravity Rush music all the time.
Oh. Very cool. And our number 5 was Super Mario Odyssey, which I did like the music from, especially Steam Gardens. Shout out to Steam Gardens song.
That's
the best song. Yeah.
Well, although the Bowser's World gets me hyped up too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
good.
and
I don't know
also
if I listen to it on its own, but
also what's it called? The main song.
Oh,
The
Jump
girl.
Up Superstar.
Jump Up, yeah, Jump Up Superstar. Great soundtracks, man.
and
This is a
then
good year for
the
music.
fucking boss finale song.
Oh yeah, the first time they used I think the vocals for boss finale in Mario Odyssey.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, and also this is funny to say, but I guess Nier did it first, but they also have an 8-bit version of every track for each world, right?
that's
Because
true.
we go 2D. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. All right, moving on
Very
to
cool.
Blunder of the Year 2017.
My
This is
favorite.
our next category. You fucked up. The category for games that crashed and burned at the starting lines. You don't have to be objectively the worst games ever made, but just enough of a bumblefuck to fit in that category. Either through atrocious PR, bad presentation, shitty practices, or just plain old bad game. Blunder of the Year. Here we go. Coming in at number 3, Mass Effect Andromeda.
Congrats on killing the franchise.
I don't want to
guess.
say woo, I want to say boo.
Yeah.
Boo. I was someone who actually enjoyed Mass Effect 3, even except to the ending, because nobody enjoyed the ending. Unless you're, what's his name, the dude that wrote it. But yeah, Mass Effect Andromeda. God, while it is on our top 3, I gotta say, made some of the best gifs on the internet to date.
Yeah, that is another type of award we could give it to it, like most giftable game. But
Yeah.
like Mass Effect Andromeda, like I hesitated between the other obvious EA pick, but Mass Effect Andromeda still managed to. I think at this point it's still almost completely killed off like a major BioWare franchise.
It was ugly as fuck. Yeah, they basically did, because after that they stopped developing like any DLC or anything, right?
Yeah, and there's a very little chance that we're going to see more Mass Effect in at least a very, very long time, if ever.
Imagine killing off 2 of your top sci-fi franchises in the same year.
Oh boy!
Damn. Way to go, EA. Our number 2 blunder of the year, 2017. Lawbreakers. What is this?
So it's Cliff
Exactly.
Blazinski's dreams, basically.
It's not Overwatch. I know. He gets so triggered just hearing someone say it. But come on, man. Face the music. It was bad timing. The hero shooter was fucking oversaturated. And maybe you had the idea before. And maybe it did look really nice. Because I did play some of it. And it does look nice.
So I would have honestly
Can't hang.
put this like in the most bullied almost. Because it's not like a super bad game. It was actually pretty okay.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, it's a
definitely
hero shooter.
Blundered. I
Yeah.
feel like Lawbreakers is the Battleborn of this year.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You don't want to be
God.
the Battleborn of anything.
It's
Of
like
anything.
Overwatch killed 2 other games like in its respective
It
year.
can't stop.
Who's
Shit.
gonna be Overwatch victim next year?
Jeez. Well, and for our number 1 in blunder of the year 2017, no surprise, Star Wars Battlefront 2 takes another horrible.
Woo!
Battlefront 2, we said why it's fucked up. You fucked up. I'm sure
So-
Varia just voted for it because it's Star Wars.
Yeah, I don't care.
But yeah, so like as Mass Effect Andromeda killed a franchise, Star Wars Battlefront like is, I wouldn't say it's killing a company, but you fucked up when you have like several states and countries calling you out on your
Yeah.
practices and
Trying to make laws against you.
probably the most important IP you're holding right now. And you have Disney calling you like, hey, you might want to knock that off, please.
Yeah, Disney owns everything, so you fucked up.
Speaking of things Disney owns, coming in at number 4, didn't make the top 3, was Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
God damn it.
Just another
Failed
Yeah.
missed opportunity.
gameplay, not even that bad, but just
Oh no, it's fine even.
the roster is uninspired garbage, and they gave Venom a shitty voice, and it looks ugly, and it's very telling that because we talked earlier about the Capcom Cup, and they had a finals for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite as well, and then they announced nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm sure
What a
they-
wasted.
I'm sure they probably will have some more stuff. Like, it's not they're not just going to drop a game in 3 months, but it is telling that they didn't have anything to say yet because,
Yeah.
ouch.
But who knows? Maybe Marvel next year will be in the category of like best comeback of 2018.
Let's hope. Let's hope that all these
you know,
games
if
are
they
best
add in all
comeback.
those X-Men's now that they're
Now that Disney owns everything.
yeah, I don't know.
But not even that. Like we also had that leak of like massive changes coming to the game with like improved graphics, massive roster. Like I only believed maybe like a third of it, but I can believe stuff like improved graphics and at least a serious like
Can you
boost to the
believe-
roster.
I don't
Can
know.
you believe
You'd
Homer
have
Simpson?
to redesign the entire graphical engine and the stylization of the characters from the ground up to improve
No.
the graphics.
It's doable without like having to redo a massive
I think
change.
the reason that you're saying that, Putin, is because a lot of people are looking for more of like the art style from the
yeah.
the other Marvel. Yeah. So
yeah.
as much as you're like that would improve it, I think they could like technically improve it without going back. But yeah, I don't really like the new one, anyways. But
Or just deflate Captain America a bit, maybe.
Yeah, get him off the roids.
get some
Could-
air
could-
out of him.
Like undo the Rob Liefeld aura around him.
Yeah. I mean, they did change Chun-Li's face, so I guess they have shown some ability. But then, then look at that fucking Street Fighter trailer where Chun-Li just looks perfect. It's like, you know what? That's what happens when you have art direction instead of just...
absolutely perfect.
And then you
Other
look
shit,
back at
so-
Marvel, it's Dante staring at you.
Yeah.
Man, horrible.
It's beady eyes.
Coming in at 5 on that list was Destiny 2, 6 was Sonic Forces, and 7 was Knack 2 for the blunders of the
Fuck
year.
you, Knack 2. I hope
Oh,
you
Knack.
die, Knack.
Oh,
I
Knack.
refuse to believe Knack 2 is a thing. Like, did
Just
it
a
come
bad,
out this year?
it's a
People keep
Mark
telling
Cerny
me it
fever
did.
dream.
Like, congrats, like, you made a sequel that's now a kind of okay, acceptable platformer, and that's gonna be the height of your franchise.
Man, that really sucks. They can never bring back Knack. Moving on.
Watch them bring him back next year.
This is our final category before we get to our big 2 discussions. So, our final category for this part of the podcast is the most important best waifu of 2017. Hardest decision we could make. best waifu. Okay, even when you finish the game, you can't stop thinking about them. List your favorite female characters, may it be for looks, personality, wit, and or charm. But always remember to respect women, and don't be a massive creep about it. We're not sexist, all right? We're just all a bunch of heterosexual dudes hanging out, talking about hot drawings and 3D models of girls. Nothing wrong with that.
We should do Best Husbando next year to even it out.
We absolutely should have.
Oh yeah, we should do that.
Actually, maybe we'll add it. Anyways, okay.
Link wins, all right?
Right, it is.
We'll just do that. Link wins this year.
Let's do best waifu.
I would
Here
say
we go.
cast this year.
Let's do our top 3, guys. Are you
Okay.
ready? Coming in at
ready.
number 3. 2B from Nier Automata. I'm surprised she only came in at 3. I'm going to be honest.
I think it's probably because, well, I don't know. These other ones are even early in the year anyway, so.
Yeah, but yeah.
I think it's because she has a great design, but like personality-wise, not
Mhm.
as
She's really flat. I watched
Yeah.
a robot documentary like afterwards of these guys that like make androids and like fuck them and stuff, and it was really creepy. So like she kind of
Whoa.
like bumped down in my list of like
Whoa.
so I was like, okay,
Then-
We're respecting women, huh? So
Yeah.
they're just being massive creeps. We said, don't be a massive creep about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I actually voted higher for one that's not in the top 3, which was like upper 6-0. I think is like stronger than 2B in Nier.
Look-wise? Or you mean like
Yeah,
just
character-wise, it's a booty game, though.
Personality and like I mean they all look pretty, so like I don't mind, but I think she actually has more of a personality that's more endearing.
I think the commander
Yeah.
would have been really good.
Yeah, Commander too.
She,
I do
She
like
was.
the
I actually
commander
liked her a lot.
she's cool, but
Does she not wear
Yeah.
underwear? Is that the one I'm thinking of?
She has a leotard under her dress,
Oh,
which is really
gotcha.
high cut.
God, we're getting creepy, even though we're trying.
I just
the
happened to see
podcast.
some concept art for her.
I just happened to move the camera stick like that, and no, yeah, I like 2B's design obviously since I first saw her.
She should smile more.
Yeah, she should take off her.
jeez.
All girls
Bandana.
should smile more, because girls'
Moving
smiles
on.
are pretty.
Oh God. Anything else you have to say, Roy Moore?
Man, I'm just out here respecting all women, okay?
Smile, honey. Come on. Give me a smile.
Oh my God.
All right. Coming in at number 2, Makoto Nijima from Persona 5. My personal favorite. She stole my heart. What can I say? She's got attitude. She's got spunk. She's strong. She's got issues. I love her design. I like what she wears. She's the class president. God, how can you go wrong with Makoto Nijima? She's got a fucking motorcycle. How many girls you know can ride a motorcycle and kick your ass?
You could have gone better and gone for the teacher in the very same game, Sadaya Kawakami. But
Oh yeah, well, you know, she's mean to me sometimes.
no, Makoto's a good choice too. There's a lot of wonderful
Yeah,
girls in
Persona obviously
You can't
filled with
can
a lot
barely
of
go wrong.
good girls. But yeah, I liked her design. Beefy. How much do you love Makoto Nijima?
She's the best. But I would like to do honorable mention to Sadaya Kawakami because
Yeah.
it's hard to find Christmas cake waifus.
Yeah, but that shit is illegal here. All right, she's a teacher. And our
She
number
waits until
one.
you graduate, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. And our number 1 best waifu of 2017, Kat from Gravity Rush 2. Timeless.
Yeah.
Timeless.
As cute as she was in Gravity Rush 1.
I've never
For sure.
seen cat hentai. I'd just like to say that on the record.
Because she's too
Yeah.
pure.
Too
Have you
pure
checked
for
the
this one.
sewers?
Didn't they give her a 2B alt?
Yeah,
Yes.
or they
Yes,
give her
they
the
did.
costume.
Okay. I thought I'd seen that. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
the best of both worlds. A great cloth design and a cool character. So
Cool moves. You guys think we're gonna see another Gravity Rush ever?
No,
Probably
sadly
not.
not.
Oh,
Dave,
sorry.
the creator of the series has already said that he doesn't know what else he would do with the series. He doesn't have like any new things to innovate. He's
Wow.
like, I don't think there'd be another one.
I wonder
Well-
if, maybe 10 years from now it'll come back and everyone will be like, "Whoa, shit!"
When they put her in Battle All Stars 3.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But yeah, Cat cool also because just no other character quite like her just in general. Like she's really unique both in design and kind of personality, I'd say.
Yeah. Well, she wins our best waifu of 2017 with Makoto Nijima coming in second and 2B coming in third. Fourth was Sadaya Kawakami, which is the teacher from Persona 5, Operator 60 from Nier, Akagi and Kaga from Azure Lane.
Yeah.
Are they? I think they're foxes. Various said.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Fox ladies.
Yeah.
But they're also ships.
Also ships.
Yeah,
Of course,
ship Fox girls. Yeah.
Of course.
All right, sure.
Monica from Doki Doki Literature Club.
Literally,
she's
why?
Oh man, God, she loves you, Varia. She loves me. Barbosa and the Gerudos in general from Breath of the Wild. Princess Peach from Mario Odyssey, and coming in at number 10, strong, all women. Respect.
All women, guys.
All right, guys, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about the final two categories: most anticipated game of 2018 and our game of the year for 2017. Let's take a break. We'll be back. Yeah. All right, we're back. Welcome to our final two categories for Game of the Year and most anticipated for 2018. Which one do we want to do first? Most anticipated?
I think so.
All right. Okay, here we go. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to read the full list, and we're going to go picking off kind of what was just added as a, afterthought. Maybe we don't really want to fight for it too much for our most anticipated, and we're going to choose which top 10 things coming up that have been announced or maybe just rumored that we want on our most anticipated list. So let's start from the bottom. Apologies if I pronounce any of these wrong, because some of the stuff I don't even know what it is. Little Witch Academia, Chamber of Time.
Yeah.
Skull and Bones.
Yeah.
Risk of Rain 2.
Ew.
That new Vanillaware game, 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim.
Ew.
Dragon's Crown, PS4.
Ew.
Shadow of the Colossus Remaster.
Yeah.
We're all making different noises.
Taking names.
Wargroove.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Final Fantasy VII Remake.
As if. As if.
Pokemon Switch.
Blech.
Woo. Digimon Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider Shadows or something. Woo. Last of Us 2.
Nervous laughter.
Spider-Man PS4.
Yeah.
Metroid Prime 4.
Huh.
Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Yeah.
Zone of the Enders for VR.
Whoa.
Boo. David Cage's Wild Ride, aka Detroit.
Pop, pop.
Metro Exodus. Darksiders 3. Woo. Psychonauts 2.
Yeah.
Valkyria Chronicles 4. Fighting EX Layer.
Yeah.
Soul Calibur 6.
Yeah.
Someone Kingdom Hearts 3.
The darkness.
Yeah. Bayonetta 3.
Yeah.
Red Dead 2.
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves. Anthem. Ni no Kuni 2. Code Vein. Street Fighter 30th Anniversary
Yeah.
Collection.
Yeah.
Shenmue 3. Angry Grandpa or God of War. Whatever the fuck Kojima's doing.
Yeah.
Octopath Traveler. Woo.
Woo.
Woo. Persona 5 Dancing Star Night. Woo. Persona 3 Dancing Moon Knight. Woo.
Wait, those aren't the same game?
No.
Yeah, the two different games.
Oh, wow.
Mega Man 11. Devil May Cry 5. Final Fantasy 15's DLC. That's already out. Can we delete that?
Yeah.
Dissidia NT.
No, there's more coming actually.
Oh, Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition, Monster Hunter World, and Splash Blast Panic.
Yeah.
Very own
Yeah. Woo.
Woo, 2018. All right, that was the full list. That was 44 fucking games that we're excited for, or that at least made the list. We got to narrow it down to 10, guys. So someone start. What can go? If someone says something you think should stay, tell us
Hold
why.
on, wait. Wouldn't it make more sense to say the stuff that we like first?
Sure. No,
And then
I think
anything we don't
okay.
say, we can just cross off?
Well, sure. But I could also say, like, look, Zone of the Enders is a great game, but is anyone really excited for the VR?
I want to try the VR, but I'm
Cut
not
it.
excited. But
Cut it!
Okay.
What does it make a top 10? Oh, no, let's think
Okay,
about
sure.
it.
Zone of the Enders off.
Wow.
Oh, okay, never mind. Gone. Poon has all the control.
Yeah, I got the control of this thing. Last of Us.
No.
No, that's
Get it
wait,
out of here.
Wait, are you saying no? It's gone. You're not
Oh,
Yeah,
excited for it at all?
yeah. This is what we're doing. We're saying stuff we don't think belongs.
I feel like it's going to make a huge impact, and a lot of people are anticipating
Get it
But
outta
us
here.
personally, I think I'd be fine getting it off because I didn't even finish Last of Us 1.
Kill it.
So.
That's fair.
Kill it.
Someone else say something.
Beefy, don't forget you can speak up if you have any problems with this. This is all of us coming up with a list here.
Code name.
Wait, okay. So I did one, Poon did one. Hoot, pick one that you think we should cut.
I mean, do people really are looking forward to? Like, it might be a good game, but Risk of Rain 2, I don't think a lot of are talking about it. So
I'm fine. I think I'd be all right cutting it just because the style changes. I'm against it.
Okay.
like it's just
Does
like
anybody
being
here
excited
really-
compared to
I'm
everything else.
cautiously optimistic about it.
So you think we're fine cutting it
Yeah,
for
it's
now?
fine.
All right, okay.
I don't
Beefy,
know much about it.
Beefy, you pick a game.
Let's take the last game on the list, Little Witch Academia Chamber
Whoa.
of Time.
Oh,
I am.
I literally do not know anything about it.
Very called out.
Wait,
I'm
Very,
offended.
do you
Defend
think
it.
it's...
Well, okay. This year, the anime came out on Netflix and stuff, and a lot of people really liked it. So I feel like a lot of people are also looking forward to this game.
I like the
So-
anime, but I've never heard about the game.
Really?
Same.
Looks-
This is the
I don't
first
know.
time I'm hearing about it as well.
Really? You didn't hear about it?
All right,
Wow.
then take it off. You guys need to read more news.
I mean,
I-
I've been looking at it, but it doesn't look super good to me. It doesn't look bad or anything, but I don't know.
All right, well then it's cut.
Yep.
Well, hopefully we'll find out more about that before we can keep it on our top 10 most anticipated. So, Varia, you go. Choose something to cut.
Oh,
Swear
on
to
the
God.
dock?
Yeah.
Okay, Dragon's Crown PS4.
I'm just like...
Yeah, I
I'm
love
good
the
cutting
game.
The game
but-
already came out. Why are you
Yeah.
putting it on there again?
Yeah.
It doesn't
Cool
even add
game.
anything new. Yeah.
I think it adds like playing like multiplayer. Or no, you can play PS3 and PS4
Well,
and
yeah,
Vita,
I mean,
right?
there's no
Yeah, it's
actual
crossplay.
new
No,
content.
No, you're right. Yeah,
Yeah,
no
no.
content. All right, it's gone. Okay, I'm gonna say, has anybody actually honestly trust EA with Anthem? Because I fucking don't.
No,
What the heck is it?
So I say cut
it's
Anthem.
the
It's
next
BioWare's
BioWare
version
game.
of Destiny.
It's where you
Yeah.
play as Iron Man.
Like
Yeah,
the
like Iron
game
Man.
was super interesting until they showed enemies and it basically was Destiny. I was like, nah.
All right, Poon, you're up.
Let's see. I think actually, Nino Kuni 2.
Ooh,
Really?
I
Okay.
don't know that I can agree with that.
You would keep it? Okay.
Nino Kuni
Nino
is such a
Kuni
good game.
seems to me like one of those games that everyone says they love, but no one ever played and no one ever will play.
Yeah, it's not
Ghibli, man.
wrong, but,
Yeah, but-
I am excited for Nino Kuni too.
Okay, well,
We
if,
can
if
leave
you
it.
defend it, then all right. That's
Let's leave it and we'll
okay.
we'll
in that
come back
case,
to it.
how about the Skull and Bones? Then I don't even remember what that is.
I put that in because this is a pirate ship game with like the really gorgeous
Oh,
ships.
that one. That one actually
Yeah.
looked kind of cool, but I
Yeah.
don't know if I would put it in a top 10 or anything.
I'm fine cutting it.
Okay.
Any objections? No.
Yeah, kind of me.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
I mean,
Why are
there's-
you excited for it?
because I love the ship designs. I think it looks gorgeous, and I kind of am excited just because, yeah, there's also some massive boss battles, and it's made kind of by the For Honor team. And if they
Yeah.
can do a good game without like fucking up like they did For Honor, I think it would be a really good game.
Okay. Well, in
Isn't
that case,
there
how
no
about
story?
David Cage's Detroit?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
I'm fine cutting that too. Poon, wait until everybody has their say before you start exiting his things.
I mean,
All right, okay, that's
Um,
fine. Hoot, your
Is
turn.
it me? Okay. I would say there's a bunch of these we could just delete because they're probably not gonna happen. Like the FF7 remake. It's
What do
probably
you mean
not
it's not
gonna-
going to happen.
I mean,
They're
it's
already
not gonna
done
happen.
with the first episode.
well, I mean,
It's not gonna
the
happen.
thing
in
though is
2018.
like you could. That's an anticipated game. It's just not necessarily confirmed for 2018 or anything.
Oh, I see.
So,
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Okay.
I'm
Like, by
good
what
cutting under
logic
those
are we just gonna-
circumstances.
does it have to already be like a confirmed for 2018 thing?
It has to be
Or-
like at least likely, and I do believe that that's not likely coming out till 2019 or 2020. So
Although
I'm good.
easier choice would be like Darksiders 3, because I don't think anybody is looking forward to Darksiders 3.
Well, you only get one, so FF7 is gone.
Okay, so
Okay.
because I wasn't sure if FF7
Okay,
was
well,
gone, but
I mean,
okay.
like, let's be solid on the rules then, because if that's the case, then I think Metroid Prime 4 was on here somewhere, then that would
Yeah.
also, like, we don't know. So,
All right,
Yeah.
chop them both.
okay, so we're chopping anything that isn't definitive or likely. So in that case, Pokemon Switch also,
Well, we don't know. They've confirmed that they're working on it.
we haven't even seen,
Yeah, there's no date.
there's no title or
Pokemon
anything.
Switch though could just mean like a port of another game.
No, they were
I
talking
mean,
about it.
I think I was the one who put it on there, and I was thinking, an actual, because they did kind of say the next main one's going to be on the
Well, all
Switch, but we don't know shit about anything. So,
All right, let's cut it.
okay. Are there any others like that? That
Is Kingdom Hearts 3 confirmed for 2018?
that one feels
Oof.
possible though. To
It
me.
feels close.
It's more
Oh,
tangible, so I think we
Kojima's
should let it
game.
on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
cut
Kojima.
Cut Kojima.
And Shenmue,
Yeah, I cut Shenmue. That's not coming anytime soon.
because and DMC5, I think definitely, because even though we
I don't
talked
know.
about how sure it is, there still is literally no confirmation of anything.
Thought that
But,
was a
like-
joke. Like, right, just
I mean,
putting it on
it
the
already
list.
won.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah, the wishful thinking. So it kind of
That's
feels bad faith
I
to have them
guess.
both.
I'm good cutting it because I'm tired of getting lied to by these rumors that it's going to be somewhere it's not.
I mean,
Alright, so
we've made it clear that people are looking forward to it, but I think it just doesn't fit
we're now left
the
with
categories
31.
here. Is there anything else?
Beefy.
Anything else is pretty likely or
Mhm.
full.
Okay, I got something.
Okay, yeah.
Hoot, when's Splash Bass Panic coming out?
April, March or April.
Cut it.
I am pretty certain that it's coming out in March or April.
But do you
I know
anticipate
where game.
I put it on anticipation because I'm anticipating because I will be glad to be done with it. Like I
That's
put it on my
something.
personal list, and I was like, I'll be first of all happy that it's out, but just like I'll be more than like done.
Well, I think it's going to feel a little bit of like a shill move on all of us, but I'm actually fine keeping Splash Bass Panic as our first number 10 on the list.
Sure, that can be.
I mean, you
number
don't
10.
have to. I mean,
It's-
I keep
No,
it there for
I'm
for
fine
some
doing
reason.
it just for that reason. Like, I mean, we've all played it. Or, I think
Yeah.
we've all played it. So
I
I
don't
mean,
think
yeah,
I've
like
played
on that level, I am excited for your game to come out and be like, yeah, that'll be cool for you and everything. So
Yeah.
I'm
I think
okay.
in-
Like I know we'll see if there's
Yeah,
if
yeah.
there's 10 others that we're all can't
Then-
where to
then it
bring
gets a
with,
cut.
but
Yeah. Okay, but then
so-
Beefy, then you have to still choose one then.
What about the Vanillaware games that coming out the next year?
Oh, I don't even know.
So I know I'm personally excited because I love
Yeah,
Vanillaware,
I'm-
but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
who-
excited
Yes.
about it, but I just don't know if it's coming out next year.
Oh.
Didn't they
Good
only show
point.
like a little bit of play and it like you can't even tell if it's like what
I
kind
don't
of
think
game?
they've
If
shown
there's
any
gameplay.
gameplay other than just
They
walking
shown a
around.
bit at
They showed like the
TGS this
street
year.
or like an
Yeah.
apartment or something, right?
yeah,
No, they shown more at TGS this year, but it's still kind of
still not a whole lot.
Mhm.
Well, I don't know. I guess I don't want to cut it because it's also on my list, but it might end up dropping.
Okay, we can leave it for now. Beefy, anything else?
Let's see what else.
Wait, didn't someone already say Darksiders 3?
No,
Oh,
I
well,
said because it
he
was
suggested
FF7
it.
remake, so like this, it's still there.
Okay.
I think everything else is coming is almost pretty much confirmed for coming out next year.
Now here comes the big
So now,
dogs.
now
then.
it's like it's down to personal
what's-
taste.
What is Wargroove?
So Wargroove is a Advance Wars spiritual successor sort of thing, but with a fantasy
Oh, okay, I know what that is.
style. And
My
it
problem with that
actually-
game is it looked way too much like a ripoff. Like, but not like just inspired, but like it's just a direct ripoff.
Well, see, the thing though is that no one else is actually making Advance Wars games, so I'm really happy that
Well,
someone's
what
doing
about
it.
Tiny Metal? Tiny Metal is coming
Tiny
out.
Metal? I played it. It's not fun. It's
Okay.
like the people who made it say that it's like some of the Advance Wars people even, but it's not the same game. They've made changes to how it works, and it feels really slow, and it's a different game. Like, I'm fine with Wargroove cutting, because clearly I'm the only one who's interested in it, but that's on my list, at least. But I'm okay with dropping it.
Okay. I mean,
Bye-bye,
I
Wargroove.
yeah, I'm.
What just got deleted at 22? Someone put T. Oh no.
Darksiders.
game.
Yeah, Darksiders.
Oh, Darksiders. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We can cut
Well,
that
Okay, well, why are we cutting Darksiders?
because I guess nobody's really excited
Yeah.
about it.
I'm not.
It looked okay. Female pro tag this time around, but I'm not
Yeah,
really
it was
super
like-
excited because
I'm not like impatient to play it. So
All right, Darksiders gone. Varia.
Shadow of the Colossus remaster.
Oh, you cut me. Look,
I mean, I
the only
like
reason
it,
I'm
but
It
the only
already
reason
came out.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm willing to let it go because
I'm
have
excited
played
for it, but
obviously.
I can understand that's not like it's like a personal thing. So
It's hard to have a remaster as an anticipated, to be honest,
No,
because
it
it's
is.
not like
the
if
game
you
is
made
Just
it-
feel, I don't understand how people can like a game about rocks with legs.
Ooh,
God.
Ouch.
Jeez.
He's getting at the core of the
Shadow of the
issue.
Colossus is one of the best games ever made. I'll tell
Like
you
remake
what,
it
boy.
every gen. I don't care.
I mean,
Yeah.
I might actually buy it and play it this time, but yeah, it is another remake, and it's not even like the PS3 one looks bad.
Look,
So-
I'm
But, like,
excited.
It's like I'm excited for this one also because it's a complete remake from the ground up. Like it's not
That's
just
true.
a touch up. It's like they completely remade the models, the animations, and everything. And
I'll tell you what,
especially playing it at 60 FPS this time on the Pro will be very nice.
I'd fight you in a McDonald's parking lot, Varia, if they had added like more Colossus.
Yeah, I would have. I don't really care for the remaster. I would prefer it if they had added more content to it,
Yeah.
like stuff that was cut, like areas.
It
boss
still looks
arenas.
gorgeous.
And
Yeah.
I have one issue with it. Is that aggro or Wander looks
Horse?
like really different.
Oh.
The art design for him is way different, and I don't like it.
Huh. Mr. Hoot muted himself so he could scream. No!
What are you talking about?
You
Just flying
stupid
into-
fucks.
flying
You
into
don't
windows and
understand.
hooting angrily.
At least I hope
Sorry,
you
I was letting my cat out.
Oh, I thought you were screaming.
That's good. Don't
Fuck you
ever
guys.
tell him anything.
All right. Well, Shadow, we hope
All
you're
right.
still as
Goodbye.
good as you always were. Goodbye. All right. My turn. Okay, I'm gonna say it. Final Fantasy 15 DLC.
Yeah,
It's DLC.
I think, yeah,
Bye.
As cool as
Let's
it
cut
was, I'm good.
yeah. Bye.
I hope it's cool. I hope people like it. Whatever is left, but I mean, this one was pretty good apparently. So,
It's my turn, or was it Poon?
Poon.
Let's see.
Which one was it,
Metro
Marius?
Exodus.
Oh, Barry went before me. Wait, what'd you say? Oh,
And
Metro
Metro.
Exodus.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird with Metro games, man. They're good, but they don't generate the same kind of hype like other games for some reason.
It's a personal hype. This third game is gonna like deviate from the book, so I'm not sure in what direction it's gonna go in.
Yeah, I'll
There's
be
a
very
train.
happy to play it when it comes out, but I'm not like impatiently waiting for it.
Okay.
All right.
So it's gone then.
Goodbye, Metro.
Okay. I have to go with either one of the Persona dancing games.
Both.
I would be fine
Like-
if both were off. I don't care about those.
Yeah,
it's just
like-
a dancing game, right?
No.
I'll be looking forward to
Yeah,
placing
yeah, it's
playing the
nothing
Persona
special.
5, but
I'm fine cutting them because it's hard because you split. There's two games, so you, obviously
Yeah.
I don't think
I'll
anyone's
tell-
gonna
I'm
make
looking
it.
forward to the music being played on dub. That'll be sweet. But
oh yeah, for sure.
all the
Yeah.
remixes. But okay.
Oh, because I enjoyed the dancing all night. It's like, not my most anticipated.
Who's up next?
Beefy.
Let's go with Psychonauts 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good getting rid of it.
I'm pretty lukewarm about it. I don't really
Bye,
care.
Tim.
Okay.
Bye, Tim. 3 million.
Wow.
Tim. $3 million fucking dollars.
Okay, then it is back to
Varia.
Varia.
Oh, Varia.
God of War.
Oh man, that's a big one, Varia. That's a big one because I know you're not a fan of God of War, but like you don't. I feel like I'm not either, but I feel like this isn't even that.
I'll be honest. Like I'm interested in the direction, but I haven't seen the one thing that makes me excited yet for it.
The fact that I guess you're right. I haven't seen it. Assuming that he's not a huge dick.
No, I mean I like the take on the character, like the new setting and everything. But as the God of War is like a more of an action game, I want to see more in-depth action gameplay to be excited.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
All right.
not going to defend it.
There it goes then.
Okay, so we're down to 22.
Yep. Still need to cut 12.
I'm going to cut.
Or at this point, are there any that we just want to be all like, we can all agree?
Okay, well, let's wait until let's get to 20.
Okay, sure.
How about that?
Okay, we'll cut 2 more and then get to that point.
Okay, so I'm going to cut something that I put on here myself because I don't think it's going to get a lot of support because I haven't even finished all of them, but Valkyria Chronicles 4. I'm excited that it's like a return to form, kind of like for their best Valkyria Chronicles, other than when they fucked up the one before this, but I don't think anyone really cares about it here, so I think we should just cut it.
I'll be interested to see how it does, but yeah, I'm not like bating breath.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that my turn again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. How about well, now this is a real personal one that I think I'll get pushback on, but Red Dead Redemption.
No, come on, are you kidding me?
Nah.
That's Red Dead was such a good game. I'm so excited for it. Just the atmosphere of that trailer. Did you ever play the first Red Dead?
Is there any possibility?
Oh man,
Is there any possibility that Red Dead Redemption 2 will get the GTA 5 online treatment though?
there's 100% possibility
I hope
because
so,
they're a
yeah.
company that likes to make money. But I hope the story is still good. Like GTA 5 story was good. I liked it. I mean, Red Dead has such a legacy that maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't think they can do as much with their online. Like Grand Theft Auto, you can add fucking anything because it's modern. But what are they gonna add? Like horses? I don't think people will care too much. I think if anything, the online play will just be like good, or at least when Grand Theft Auto 5 launched, GTA Online fucking sucked. I don't know if you guys know that. Like it sucked for months. You couldn't connect. There was so many issues. Everything was buggy. Everything was shitty. Everything sucked. The money was all fucked up. The economy. I assume they fixed it, but I've stopped playing since a long time ago. So, I mean, I don't know how they'll do it with Red Dead. Hopefully they've learned some lessons, but I'm still excited for actual Red Dead. I feel like
Okay, well, like I said, I expected to get pushback there. I just personally don't give a shit. What about Code Vein? What is that even?
Code Vein is like Anime Souls. Like
Oh,
it's
that's...
It's
which I've played at
Bandai
TGS.
Namco's answer to Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Well, answered. They also own Dark Souls, don't they?
They're answering themselves.
But I've played at TGS and I quite liked it, so I'm really interested in playing it again. But this is a personal one, so I wouldn't make too much of a fuss for it being gone.
I'm good at being gone. I like the style, but I'm not too into Souls games.
Bye, Tim.
All right, so now we're down to 20. So,
Okay.
Okay, let's.
It sounds like Red Dead is definitely one of the ones that we're keeping.
At least I'm not ready to cut it yet. That's for sure.
Well, sure. So let's at least start putting up some that the majority of us are at least like, no, that's good.
All right.
So,
yeah.
Start them at the top, and then we'll just kind of fix.
Yeah,
them.
exactly. So we already kind of said Splash Blast Panic is going up there.
Yeah.
For now.
It's our last panic button. Unless we have to come between an 11, it's gone. I want to say nominate that. I think that Octopath Traveler. We're all excited for.
I'm pretty excited.
I don't even know what that is.
It's the 2D RPG. The one with like 2D sprites on a 3D plane.
It looks really beautiful. It's like Nintendo Switch. You've seen it. I know you've seen it.
No, I've never seen it.
Is it by the people who made Bravely Default?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you play it's Octopath Traveler because you play as 8 characters over the course of it. Yeah. When I played the demo, and the demo was a lot of content actually, so you should definitely check it out if you got a Switch.
I don't.
No, I definitely would keep it on there.
Okay, that's on there. I think Dragon Ball Fighters is.
I'm good with that. Anyone have a problem with that?
Mm-hmm.
Real excited
Varia
about,
doesn't like Dragon Ball Z.
Whoa, wait.
I'm good at least putting it on for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's gonna be like my most anticipated right now.
Yeah, I mean, even if I won't play it, I'm very excited to see the matches.
Yeah, me too.
Like this, the tournaments for that game are gonna be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I think Monster Hunter World is a guarantee.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, me too.
I think this is my most anticipated. So,
Varia, is there anything you see on here that you're like, this has to go on there?
Yeah. Hold on. Sea of Thieves.
Whew.
Except for Chili.
You know what? I can fuck with that. I don't have the system it's going to be on, but that game looks fun to me.
You have a PC?
It's not coming to. I thought it was Xbox exclusive.
No, it's also anything Xbox exclusive.
It's
is
the
PC.
Minecraft pirate game.
It's Windows.
Thing, right?
It's Windows exclusive.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's like-
Windows.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. I don't have Windows 10, so.
Oh, instead of round blocks, it's going to be blue blocks.
Well, blocks. All right.
Let's say Bayo
Beefy?
free.
Oh yeah, yeah. I would say.
Okay, hold on. Wait, does everyone have like their most wanted on our saved list?
Mine was Octopath.
Yours was Octopath. Mine was Dragon Ball.
One was Monster Hunter.
Okay.
Okay, so
Mine
me
is
feed
Soul
it.
Calibur 6.
Soul Calibur.
I'm fine with that. I'm
Yes.
also very excited. So yeah.
I know that you guys love it. I haven't enjoyed a Soul Calibur game for a long
mhm.
time, but I hope it's good.
Okay.
I really like Soul Calibur. So yeah.
Now,
Okay.
you started to say Bayonetta 3.
Yeah.
I'm saying Bayo free. Like, I mean,
I don't know.
It's
Part of the thing is like I haven't seen anything of it yet.
yeah, but I mean,
Anticipated
it's,
so
it's
much.
like, I mean, it's
I know it's
Platinum
gonna
and
be good,
Bayonetta.
but-
So
Is it confirmed for 2018?
that's a good
Oh,
question.
that's true.
I guess it's
That is
not.
true.
I don't know.
You know
Yeah,
what? I bet it's not because of the fact that they're releasing the 1 and 2 again on Switch in next year. So I bet that it's not.
Well, they could release those. When are they releasing those?
I think it's like February.
Well, in
Yeah.
that case, then they could still. If
Yeah,
that
there's
game's
no-
gonna come out
there's no
February,
official
Bayonetta
date.
3 could be coming out holiday.
I mean, the trailer was literally like her falling to her knees, and you didn't even see her face, and then it just said a 3. I feel like they're not very far off in it.
She gets spitful.
Well, it's not
I'll-
delete it yet, but I guess it's
Yeah.
not going up on the list. Is there any other? Because we got 3 more spots, right? So far, let me read off our top 7. Well, I guess we're not really ranking them. These are just our 7 anticipated
These are just
so
what
far.
are saved for right now.
Is Splash Blast Panic, Red Dead Redemption 2, Octopath Traveler, Dragon Ball Fighters, Monster Hunter World, Sea of Thieves, and Soul Calibur 6.
Oh, when I said Sea of Thieves, I wanted it off the list. Just
Oh.
making that clear. But if it's on there and you guys want it, I don't
What?
care anymore.
I thought you wanted it like you.
No,
liked
I
it.
don't like that.
Oh, all right. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna fight for it. It looks cool, but I'm not like super.
No, yeah, I
interested.
wouldn't fight for it either.
No, get it out of here. Get Sea of
Okay.
Thieves out of here.
All
Okay,
right,
well,
there
that
goes
was
one.
almost
Bye.
a goof. Okay, well, what's something that you do want to play? That's what I
Splash
was
Blast
asking
Panic
of you.
lives to see another
Oh,
day.
okay. So I like Dissidia, but I know not everyone here might like it or look forward to it. Plus, it's an arcade game that came out like a couple years ago, so that could go too.
No, what do you want to play?
I know.
Wait,
I'm
hold
getting.
on, let's
I'm
get
getting
rid of
to
it.
that. I'm getting.
If
to
he's
that.
willing to
We're
get rid
giving
of
you
it.
something free to put on the list here, okay?
Okay. Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection.
What is that exactly?
It's basically
like a whole bunch
collection
of the old games,
yeah.
like a couple of editions of like the second Street Fighter, and there's Alpha 3, all ready for online.
Well, they've got all of the. Well, hold on. Correction, they're not all online.
No, it's
Oh,
4
no?
of them.
No.
Yeah, it's for Alpha 3 is
Super
online.
Turbo, Hyper Fighting, Alpha 3, and Third Strike. So
Yeah.
The good ones?
essentially
say?
the good ones. However, Alpha 2 played significantly differently from Alpha 3, and some people are saying that should be on there as well.
Nah.
Doesn't bother me. I'd rather just have more characters.
What is it? What is it coming to? The collection? Everything or?
Everything.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I could see that being on the list.
Okay.
But
I
he
mean,
also
for
wants to
related-
cut Dissidia. Is anyone else going to fight against Dissidia being gone?
I'm excited, but like I also know this is going to be more a personal thing. So
That UI, man.
yeah, well, I think they fixed that a bit.
Well,
Oh,
I mean, it's better to have something that at least one person is really excited for than something on here that everyone is just kind of lukewarm on.
that's true because
You
this
know?
list is supposed to represent us.
All right,
Yeah, it's
let's
us.
just switch
so,
it then.
So if
Cut
the city is something for you, then okay.
Okay.
Let's see.
Can I bring up something that I think I find cutting, or I think everyone
Okay.
else would be fine cutting? Is I do feel that it's something that I'm anticipating, but also like we haven't seen anything. It might not even be in 2018. So I would say Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
I love the
was
Tomb
gonna
Raider
say.
games. I love the
When you
Tomb Raider
call
games.
it Shadows or something.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
yeah. I love the Tomb Raider games a lot. The newer ones, and even the old ones, obviously. But I don't know what that is. I don't know what direction they're gonna take. If they try to like just make it about the movie or some shit. I mean, no, the movie's based on the first one, so if it's like a continuation of, I don't know what it could be. But I'm excited for it. I just hope that they do right by it. But I don't even know if it's gonna come out in 2018 because I thought it would be at the Game Awards, and there was nothing.
Well, maybe we should go because there's only a few of these we haven't actually talked about. So, what do people feel about Street Fighter V Arcade Edition.
Cut it.
Got it.
I'm looking forward to it, but
I feel kind of weird about having 2 Street Fighters.
Yeah.
The most anticipated.
Yeah, how about
I'm
you guys
probably
pick
looking
one?
forward to Arcade Edition more than the 30th, if I'm being honest. But
30th seems a better package, but also 30th is everything that's been played, right? So, well, I guess Street Fighter V Arcade has been played
Yeah.
too.
Well, I mean, the good thing about 30th is also that you get stuff like First Strike on an actual current gen console instead of, because before it was kind of gated behind, like, what was the last time First Strike was released? PS3?
Yeah,
PS2?
it had a PS3 version.
Yeah.
But okay, no, that's fine. That's something I'm looking forward to a lot, but it's really more like it's almost more like I'm looking forward to a couple of characters than the game itself. I'm super hyped for Cody.
Damn, yeah.
And Sagat and Sakura and fuck you Blanca, but okay.
He's doing it for his mama.
All right, we're down to 17, boys.
All right, Mega Man 11 was one that we kind of seemed lukewarm on before when we talked about it.
I mean, I'm anticipating it because of the legacy of Mega Man. Obviously, it's not Mega Man Legacy. But, I feel like I'm anticipating it, but I think there's probably more on here that other games on here that I'm anticipating more for it to make a top 10.
Okay, well, 22. Okay, Kingdom Hearts 3. That's another big one that I don't care about, but it seems like everybody else does.
I don't care about it either.
The thing is, though, I'm not excited personally. I'm kind of interested, like, almost culturally, because I just want to see how this thing ends.
I don't think it'll
If
end.
it ends, yeah. If it ends.
Yeah, because I think it's just going to be a massive clusterfuck, and I can't wait.
Okay.
But
Well, so it sounds
on
like
the other
that's
hand,
not
like, yeah.
honestly making the list then.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Alright,
would you trust Mickey Mouse telling you about the darkness or whatever this is about?
Look, there's a story there if you look for it. It just, at
No,
the time,
I mean,
it was
I
better
don't-
than it is
not
now.
the story, but just the fact that Mickey Mouse is telling you about this magic stuff.
It's weird.
Fighting EX Layer.
I mean, we got enough fighting games up there, so
Yeah.
I'm totally fine. That can go. All
Yeah.
Cut it.
right, Spider-Man PS4.
Okay, so
Is that the name of
I
the game?
I would want to see more gameplay, but on the other hand, like, what I've seen so far, like, it looks like a pretty damn good Spider-Man game that was like Spider-Man 2 was back then.
Yeah.
My main litmus test for this game, and I think I've said it before, is I just want them to release like a 5-minute video of him just swinging
I know.
around the city. That's it. No cinematics in
QTE
between.
stuff
No
going
nothing.
on.
Just
Like,
show me how it looks to have B swing around New York. And if
Yeah,
it
that's
looks
gonna
good,
be the
that's all
make or
I'm saying.
break.
Because
Yeah.
I'm not even bothered by the QTE stuff, because it's like, yes, that's the single player mode. That's whatever.
Yeah.
I'll play
Yeah,
that
it's
once.
what Spider-Man was also
Fine
before.
with that.
So
There's a
That's
lot,
fine.
I think they said
So-
themselves, there's a lot that Spider-Man does that you can't really show without QTEs because he does all these cool, like, fast moves. Like, you wouldn't be
So-
able to really, like...
the one
Yeah.
thing I want with the QTs, I want great fail states.
Yes,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the,
Fuck up, you
I
die.
want a massive splat noise every
Yeah.
time he falls.
oh, dude, and we definitely need to have a pizza delivering mission.
A
That's
big
course.
fly swatter
crucial,
comes
too.
down. And
With the
just...
shittiest sound quality for the music.
Oh, no,
Well, what do you guys say?
Dr.
Do we think it
Khan.
makes... Do we think it makes our list?
Well, I don't know. Let's.
Mm.
I would take off Skull and Bones before I took off Spider-Man. I'll tell you that right now. I don't think that pirate game looks fun because it's just multiplayer ships.
Isn't that
I
Ubisoft?
get that better in Guns
It
and
is
Icarus.
Ubisoft, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But also, I guess I would get rid of Digimon too. Oh, Digimon Cyber Sleuth, the first
Okay,
one
yeah.
was good.
So this is the sequel, basically, to Cyber Sleuth that came out last year, and I really liked. So I guess I'm expecting it to just be another fun, solid Digimon RPG. But,
For someone who hates Digimon, myself,
mhm.
I liked Cyber Sleuth a lot.
Cyber Sleuth was great. I also
Yeah.
Well,
loved
that's
it.
some pretty high praise. But I mean, I don't know. I already got some of my most anticipated on there, so I guess I wouldn't fight for it. But it's out of the ones that are left, that's the one that I am most interested in personally.
I say I anticipate it. I don't know if I mostly anticipate it. I guess that's the best I could put it. But also, I would say I'm fine cutting Bayo 3
okay.
because I don't know the year it's coming out. But I do anticipate that game a lot.
Well, maybe think about it like this. At this point, rather than think about cutting, There's just 2 spots left. Is there anything here that would make you upset if it wasn't on the top 10? Does anyone...
No.
Or are all of these just like...
If I was the only one making this list, right, I would
Mhm.
put Bayonetta, and I'd probably put Spider-Man.
I think
But-
Spider-Man should get a spot.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's okay with me
let's
as
at least
well.
put it for now.
Um,
Okay,
Okay, so we have the last spot, and
last
that's
spot.
between Mega Man 11, Ni no Kuni 2, Bayo 3, Digimon, the new Vanilla War game, and Skull and Bones. I would personally also put like Bayo 3, because even if we don't know if it's coming out, it's probably one of the biggest titles. Like, whenever we get to, we're gonna get really excited because it is Platinum and it is Bayo 3.
yeah, but I mean that's me and you. Does anybody else feel anything else on here has to go on the list?
I mean, like I said, I would put Digimon on there, but I'm looking forward to Bayo. I'm also looking... Well, this 13 Sentinels is kind of like... has been tampered. I was real excited at first, but just the fact that we continued not seeing
Mm-hmm.
details kind of made me...
I feel like, okay, how about what if we revisit the list of things we chose already?
Okay.
Let's really talk about Dissidia, because as much as I do like it, or I'm excited for it, and I was excited for it, it is already kind of out. It is an arcade game.
I guess that's true.
We do have the UI problem, but that's, if it's been fixed, I haven't seen it, but I do think that that's a glaring issue. I didn't get into like any of the, what is it, the preview thing for it or whatever. I know Varia did, so I don't really know how it plays on console and stuff, but I've always liked the idea of it, the heroes that they choose from Final Fantasy, fighting each other and stuff, but I could see it being not so much on our list just because of the fact that it technically has been out.
Right. So if that was gone, then we would put Bayonetta and
I'd say Cyber Sleuth,
Digimon on there. I would be okay with...
But I don't know what's the case for Dissidia. How do you guys feel? Like,
I mean, I'm not a Final Fantasy guy, so I'm totally fine with losing it, but that's just me.
Mm-hmm. And to be honest, like, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm looking forward for maybe an expansion of the roster in the future.
yeah,
So
Varia.
I can see your opinions and I take them into account, but
But fuck
I feel that way about the 30th anniversary collection of Street Fighter, the same way you feel about Dissidia.
Ooh, that's true. That's a good
Like,
point.
True.
Now
Shit.
that we could take both of them off. I mean, I know I'm buying Dissidia next month, so I really don't care either way if it's on this list or not.
How about this as the compromise? We lose Street Fighter and Dissidia, and we toss on Bayo, Cyber Sleuth, and Ni no Kuni.
Well, if
Mega
we're
Man 11.
if we're dropping the Street Fighter 30th, then I would want to put Arcade Edition back on.
yeah, same.
I'll
actually.
take Arcade Edition instead of the 30th and take away Dissidia. And
All right,
put
let's
in
do that.
Okay.
Okay, it's
anything
done.
but Digimon. Then you can have the 10th spot for Digimon.
Straight Street Fighter Arcade 5th, whatever. And we're gonna add Bayo, and we're gonna add Digimon, and we're good. Is that
Well,
our 10?
we should still look at Splash Bash Panic in regards to everything else.
Bye, Tim.
How about we give? Bye, Tim. How about if we give Splash Blast Panic its own spot?
It gets the
Not so
honorary-
much an 11.
No, I'm fine with taking it off, and
Okay.
but I want like the Vanilla War game instead.
I'm fine with
That's
that.
cool.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
good with that too.
So people are okay with Mega Man 11, Ni no Kuni 2, and Skull and Bones not making the list.
I
Yeah.
sacrifice Mega Man 11 if you guys can sacrifice the other two.
Okay,
Mhm.
that's fine. That's fine by me.
All right, now let's talk about order.
Ooh, do we have to put these?
No,
We
I
don't-
don't think we
we-
need to order this.
What? Why not?
No, that's like another hour, fam.
All right, fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like
Unless we
So
just do it the same thing that we did before, and we just put the top 3 or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
we
we're
could do that.
recording still.
You know what? Yeah, let's just read them. Poon, want to read us our top 10? I actually like this order anyways.
So, well, let's say no particular order, just like
In no
10
particular
most-
order, our top 10 most anticipated
anticipated.
games of 2018 are Red Dead Redemption 2, Octopath Traveler, Dragon Ball Fighters, Monster Hunter World, Soul Calibur 6, Street Fighter V Arcade Edition, Spider-Man PS4, Bayonetta 3, Digimon Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory, and that new Vanillaware game, 13th Sentinels Aegis Rim.
Yeah.
Top 10 Aegis Rim.
Yeah, I'm very happy with that. I plan to buy like 6 or 7 of those games already. So
very cool, guys. All right, look at all these pluses.
Yeah, with honorable mention to the rest of our anticipated games that did not make the cut. There's a lot of good games coming out and on the future for 2018. So and years beyond. So it's a good time.
Everyone, stay excited.
Exactly.
Let's move on finally to our last category.
Oh god,
the
damn
most
it.
important category.
We're done.
Game of the year.
So, and with this one, we're assembling a top 10 because we have 20 nominations.
Yes. We're doing a top 10. We have 20 nominations. We have to cut 10, and then we have to do order.
Yes, I think we can start by just sort of like auto nominating like 5 of these that we're sure are going to.
I think we should just do exactly what we just did.
Exactly the same. All right, you know what? Let's do that.
I want to go first. I know.
All right, we'll
cut.
start Varia and go down. Varia beefy downwards. All right.
Okay. Cut Doki Doki Literature Club because I've seen if that's like your first experience with that kind of visual novel, then you've just touched the tip of the iceberg, and you have other games. That's
not fair. You're comparing it to its genre.
No, but
it's
I feel
still
like
a good game that came out this year.
I feel like it's a gateway to like a better
a
genre that's like not really explored. And by itself, it's an okay game. Like I wasn't like, wow, that's amazing.
But then, like,
it was okay.
But then, like, Resident Evil 7 is a good gateway into horror games.
Well, the
so
thing
it should be gone.
Resident Evil 7 was like, it didn't really follow a lot of the other Resident Evil games. It was
it kind of
different
revived the franchise as well. Resident Evil 7, like it pretty much revived Resident Evil.
And plus, Monica's not even that good.
Oh shit!
She's not because she's evil, but still. Well, look.
But I would also say Doki Doki because as good as the game can be, I don't think it would be GOTY contender.
It was an okay game. Nothing against the developers. It's just
I'm fine cutting it, but I don't. I'm fine cutting it because I think I'm the only one that actually would like it on the list. But I don't think that it's a good argument to say like it's baby's first VN. Like fuck that shit. Like
no, not
that doesn't make any sense.
No, because I played it. I went through it. It's just that I've seen better examples of that whole thing done. There's other indie
there's
games
a better
that do that
Mario
kind of
game
meta
that exists,
thing.
but these are the games that came out this year.
Is there?
Yeah.
Yes. There's a better Mario game, and that's Super Mario.
Just play one shot.
Super Mario.
Just go out, get yourself one shot from the Steam sale. Play that. You'll forget about Doki Doki Literature Club.
No.
How come it's not on this list? How come you didn't
Because
nominate
it came out last year.
Exactly. This is our Game of the Year 2017 list. Has no. I could say Steins Gate is a better VN than Doki Doki, but that doesn't mean that it's a bad game.
Okay, well, hold on. There's pushback at least. Is there another low-hanging fruit that you want to snipe off instead? If we're
Steam World Dig 2.
Yeah, get rid of that.
I'll nominate VR Chat. Have any of us even played that?
Varia did.
I did.
Really? How did you play a VR game?
Oh, I downloaded it, but I started
thing.
later.
Oh, I have my own thing, but if you guys want to take it off, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Oh, okay, all right. VR
I
Chat.
have my own reason for putting it on there, but
what is
don't
the reason?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just I feel like VR.
I mean, just to talk about it.
Okay, VR is kind of in a weird spot right now, but a lot of the things I've seen in VR Chat and like read about like people's experience are like kind of similar to when instant messaging rooms were like first a thing. Like people were, wow, I get to talk to people, and people are like who are old enough to remember that are getting that same feeling where the access for VR is kind of high right now. Like you're not going to shell out like $400 for a set right now. So all the people that do are really appreciative of like all the technology and stuff, and they're into it. There's no one that's really like, hey, like sometimes when you buy a game that's cheap enough, you kind of just shit on it because it didn't really like affect you that much financially. Like, not all the time, but like there's certain people that do that. Like they spend money on things they hate for some reason. So a lot of the people who are in VR Chat are like, wow, they're dressing up as all these different kind of characters from all these games and even making their own characters and stuff. And they're having like one of those weird experiences where it's reminiscent of like old IM chat rooms and stuff like that. So that's why I put it on there, where because it changed something socially, like it was a different social experience in like a game or something like that. But if you guys want to cut it, I'm fine with that, because I know not everyone's into that kind of stuff.
Let's say we cut,
All right.
since Very also gave one of his, so we can cut both VR. And I'll also be up to, say, cutting Doki Doki, as much as the game seems good. But
I'm good
first of
cutting it
all-
because I don't think that it's going to get any kind of support on our top 10 for us. But I will say I loved it a lot, and I do think it is a good game. I think it has a lot of good twists and turns. I think that the things that it does, as far as like how it fucks with your like the actual files of the game, and there's like all these hidden Easter eggs. I won't spoil, but like things that even Dan Salvato has put into this game, super hidden into like as far as like even audio files that are talking about his next game and how they're going to relate into what he's doing. Like, not to again, well, we said there were spoilers up front, but like Monica is more than what like even like I think what you might think that she is, as far as like aside from her design waifu, but like what he meant with what Monica is in this game is going to continue in his games, and it's like something, at least that's what the theory is right now, and what all the clues lead to is like it's some kind of, it's like an idea that hasn't been presented before, where like something lives in this game that's going to span through games, and at least that if that comes true, then I do believe that it's one of something that should be recognized. But I'm fine cutting it because it's going to be something on my personal list, so I'm good.
All right. Well,
and also I also am willing to get rid of SteamWorld Dig 2 if you guys are serious, because I know only I played it, and it's a great Switch game, super comfy, super cozy. But I can understand how it's like just looking at it might not have such a good.
Yeah.
Well, I was just going to say we should probably read off the full list of nominations.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
you're
haven't
right.
done that.
Did I not? Okay, sorry.
No.
Let me say them real quick, and I'll say the ones that we just cut, which were Doki Doki Literature Club and VR Chat. But other than that, we have our nominations are Nier Automata, Persona 5, Super Mario Odyssey, Zelda Breath of the Wild, Night in the Woods, Cuphead, SteamWorld Dig 2, Sonic Mania, Yakuza 0, Horizon Zero Dawn, PUBG, Ruiner, Neo, Splatoon 2, Metroid Samus Returns, Hollow Knight, Resident Evil 7, and Gravity Rush 2. Plus the other ones I just said that we cut. So now we're down to 18 games.
Okay.
Is there anything else here that you guys think won't really
I've
fly?
never heard of Hollow Knight.
You have never heard of it?
No. What is that?
Wow, jeez.
It's a kind of a platformer Metroidvania with like really, really nice mood ambience. Like it's a 2D game. Really, really.
It's
cool
a good
game.
platformer.
I would say like I'm okay for cutting it because
I like the little character.
It's an incredible polished
But
game.
that does look neat, I gotta say.
Yeah, no, it's a really, really, really good game. It has a good game feel to it, but I don't know if like is game of the
Top 10
year
material.
contender. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, my reason for cutting is just because I've never heard of it, so clearly I can't like it. But is there anything, maybe that does make the top 10? I don't know.
I would. Well, I don't want to like. I'm not trying to overstep, kind of, and say, oh, these should be cut. But if we get rid of Hollow Knight, I think we could get rid of Metroid: Samus Returns. Both good platformers, but I don't mean.
I
you guys have
agree
something
with
to say.
Samus getting cut too, because I heard it was really just like, okay, it's a Metroid game,
Yeah,
but
well,
it
it
doesn't
literally
really
is
like
the remake
expand
of-
on anything.
It's a remake of 2, right?
Yeah.
That seems like one of those things where
Wait, we're
3DS
getting
is
rid of
honestly
Gravity Rush
kind of
too?
holding it back in terms of there's only so much they could do with the graphics in it, and it's
Yeah,
like you're
3DS.
remaking it, but it's already like you
You
remade
cut-
it and it looks outdated already. So
Yeah, you cut Gravity Rush, but I think you meant to cut
oh
Hollow
shit,
Knight.
did I?
Yeah,
That's stealth delete.
Okay,
yeah.
no, I definitely did
beefy
not mean
flip
to
it
cut
out.
that.
What the fuck? All right, is there anything else we could cut? We're down to 16.
Okay,
Who's
wait,
next?
did we say SteamWorld Dig too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I
we
said
could
cut
good
it.
cut.
Great
cut
game. I think the progression in that game is
Yeah.
perfect. I
So
think
we have
it's
5 more to cut.
All right.
Yeah.
My nomination for cutting is PUBG.
Yeah.
why.
I would
not-
agree.
Okay, so it's technically not even out as until like the 20th.
bad reason. I say, in my opinion, that's a bad reason. We play it every
Yes.
night. I don't care about what release date they put on the game. We
Look,
play
look,
the
okay,
game.
look,
Every-
look.
It doesn't fucking matter.
I don't enjoy playing the game single player, like by myself. I enjoy playing it with you guys. I enjoy playing pretty much any game with you guys.
That's true.
Mhm.
That's true.
Yeah.
So that's not the metric that I'd measure it on. Like, I just think that the game is like incredibly buggy. They don't add. They haven't added like a bunch of good stuff yet, aside from vaulting, which, it's, like I said, it's still not out yet.
That's true.
Not until the 20th. So
A couple days, but yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. As of right now, I could see it going, but I don't like the argument. I'll just say I don't like the argument of like it's not technically out yet. Like we
But
play it.
I'd agree with
You
Beefy.
can pay
also
money
would say
for it,
that.
so it's out. That's
Yeah,
my point.
exactly.
Yeah, I'd also say because it's a fun multiplayer game, but as far as concept goes and visual goes, like it's not breaking any ground. Like it's basically a idea that was spawned from like original DayZ mods or like H1Z1 mods, and the visual is like yet another multiplayer game which is just like exactly like DayZ's like generic Eastern European place.
Right.
And
I
stuff
feel like
like
it-
that.
I feel like it's just so important this year. I mean, I'm fine cutting it. I feel like it's just important this year because it's like probably the most played game. You know, like
It's
Yeah,
definitely
the
one
world-
of the most significant games to come out this year.
it's weird how it just
Mhm.
came out of nowhere and then just like
Right, yeah, and
exploded.
I think that's something else that, because it seems like it's real popular to shit on PUBG for reasons that we've outlined, but it's also like a lot of people shit on Minecraft, and there's a lot of reasons for that too, but Minecraft is probably one of the, it's so important.
yeah.
It's such a hugely influential game, both in indie games and how children interact with games and a bunch of other things, and I feel like PUBG, it's not like at that level.
Oh god, I hope it's not influencing our children.
I mean, if you're gonna say like as far as like influence goes, it does show that there is a large, or there's like a new trend of like
Right.
the Chinese market entering
Oh, yeah.
Steam and stuff. So that's
Yeah,
major.
so like
Yeah.
it's like I'm totally fine with it not being on Game of the Year. I mean, I don't even play it myself, but I don't want it to be off the list just because we're, just saying like, oh, the graphics are ugly, whatever, and not giving it its due. I mean, you're doing something right if you get that
Yeah.
amount of
Yeah.
I mean, it is
obsession from
buggy
the
as
public,
it's buggy
so.
as shit. I mean, I couldn't even run it when I first bought it. I had to like upgrade parts of my computer.
Like it's really hard. Like if it, like I wouldn't put it on the top 10, but it would definitely be like 11 peeking just around the corner due to its importance. But I think on a personal, like, since it's also kind of our personal list, I think that I feel like Beefy is like PUBG is like I like playing it because I played with you guys. But if I didn't have anyone to play it, I wouldn't play it at all.
That's true. That's a good. Yeah, I think I've only played it a handful of times for myself, and I do hate it.
So yeah, I do hate it.
I mean, because you're just running around until someone shoots you, and you don't know where you die from, basically,
Yeah.
because you don't have a squad to tell you
Yeah.
where shit's coming from. But
Is it my turn to cut something?
Yes.
yes.
Okay, so let's start cutting into more of the. I know it's going to be controversial, but Breath of the Wild. Okay, I'm kidding.
You're crazy. I was about to flip my whole desk.
No, but more seriously, I think Splatoon 2. As good as the game is, it's basically more Splatoon,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
and I don't know. Like it's a great game. Don't get me wrong, and it's good to have it on the launch for the Switch. But
Switch. You bitch.
Switch. But yeah, like it. It's basically
Yeah,
more of the same with some extra stuff.
I want to defend it, but I haven't even played it as much
It's been
as
a
I
while.
did the
Yeah.
first one. I mean, like, there's a Splatfest going on this weekend yet, and I haven't fired
Yeah.
it up.
What is it?
It's socks versus sweaters.
Oh.
But you need both of these. What do I have to
be
choose?
clear,
Oh,
it's
it's like-
bad holiday socks.
Yeah,
versus
back-
bad
Okay.
holiday
Okay,
sweaters.
these. Okay.
But
Sweaters
know.
all the way, baby.
Sweaters, yeah.
Well, I'm fine cutting it. It's a really stylish game.
I mean-
Cool IP from Nintendo, obviously. with
I'll
Splatoon,
also
but it
as
is
a
more
tangent,
just
like it
Splatoon.
didn't get it because also one I think we deleted from Most Bullied, but it didn't get as bad as Arms, which kind of got forgotten as well.
Rest in peace.
yeah,
But yeah,
I mean,
but
I didn't play ARMS, so I can't
Me
even
neither.
say anything about it. But yeah, I'm okay with that.
But
call.
yeah, Splatoon 2 is my cut.
Goodbye,
Splatoon.
Splatoon 2. Bye, Tim. Bye, Splatoon.
All right.
It's flat Tim.
Who's?
You.
Oh, is it me?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Wow, Super Mario Odyssey, are you sure? Okay.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
I'll say Resident Evil 7.
I would disagree with that.
Okay.
I agree.
I would
Like
disagree on the
even the
grounds
DLC
that
that came out this month, like a lot of people enjoyed
the way they took the direction with like Chris and stuff like that.
Yeah, but most of all, I think both for the quality of the game, which was a really, really good game, especially also because not only it's a good game, it's also a good VR game, and it completely revived people's interest in Resident Evil.
I feel
That is
like
noteworthy.
I feel like it being a good VR game is probably the best thing that VR has.
Yeah,
that I
it's
could
one
see
of
as a
the
full
only
game.
few like full VR complete
Yeah.
game, and it plays good, and the base campaign even on console is good. Like it looks really good, it runs good. I think, and also it's rare to have like big budget horror games come out like this anymore, and from big companies, and just be a success. So
Yeah.
I think Resident Evil
Well,
7 should stay.
In that case, Yakuza 0.
I would agree. I loved it a lot, but I would say like it's a great game, but not beating the other ones.
Was this on our bullied list?
Doesn't
Because
even
it should have
have
been.
I think it was.
It was
wasn't
also, I think, in the bullied, but
Okay, because it should have been. I think that it's a
I
really good
don't
game.
think it
that
was
would-
bullied. People appreciated it, and like it got a lot more marketing.
It's
so-
more like forgotten than bullied. What I
Yeah.
mean, like, you know,
not even. I
I
would
feel
say
like Yakuza is always under that though. Like it's under this, like, oh,
Right,
it's
it's
not
one of
Grand
those
Theft
ones
Auto,
that, like,
but it is.
it's
Yeah.
definitely niche, but I think
Yeah.
it has now
It's kinda
its
coming-
success.
like we kind of said, it's getting these remakes, and they're all getting localized for once.
Mhm.
So the franchise is definitely on the upswing in the West, at least. So
Yeah, no,
recommend
because
you
I
check it
see-
out,
yeah.
but it's not making our top 10.
I see more and more people like talking about Yakuza and like discovering how
Yeah.
fun it is. But yeah, it's definitely not a GOTY contender.
Oh, dude, is it my turn? This is impossible
I know, right?
for me.
Like,
But
You're gonna get beat up by either one
I
of
know,
us.
I know. So I'm kind of having to decide between two right now, where it's like I fall on a grenade, or I sacrifice something that I'm pretty sure one of you will fight for. So I'm gonna say not mine right now. I'm gonna say something else. I'm gonna say Neo. I'm gonna say we cut Neo. As good as it was, I don't think it's a top 10, but mainly because I don't really like those games. But I did play the demo when it first came out. It was all right.
I'm conflicted.
feels-
I put Neo, like I would almost agree. The only thing because I really like Neo is just because hey, it's like a Souls mentality type
That's
game.
the
but
reason I
let's
want to cut
make-
it. It's like in a
let's
world
make
where like
combat
there's
way
too much
better.
souls. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
it seems
I
like
don't
the
know.
sort of game that in another year, this is definitely getting like 7 or 8 spot easy, but there's like 5 or 6 just absolute stellar games this year, and it's real hard for just very good games to stand out
Okay,
against
well, I guess
excellent ones. So,
I'll leave this one. I'll let you delete this one.
okay.
for Sonic Mania.
Well, okay, so if Neo's gone, then our
Well,
top
wait, Varia,
one.
Beefy, did you have a problem with Neo going? Or are y'all alright?
No, I'm
Okay.
fine with
So
it.
we have one. We have 11. So we
We
need
have
to delete one more.
one of these. All right,
Comes
so,
down to Varia.
May I suggest Cuphead?
Ooh, no,
dude.
no, baby, no.
Cuphead
The
is
thing
so
is,
good.
the thing is, I heard the only one thing that makes me want to cut Cuphead is the whole thing about being a boss rush in the beginning, but a lot of people not enjoying the levels, like the actual levels in the full release.
That is true. But
They're they're not bad though. They're like the weakest part of the game, but I wouldn't call them.
I would
bad.
still say to keep Cuphead because the
What would be your
animation work
next-
alone on the bosses like makes it incredible.
what would be your next cut, Varia? Just
My next cut. The thing is, Ruiner. I
I
like
would
it.
agree with that.
Really
I'd
stylish,
be okay.
but
Because yeah,
jeez.
Okay.
In the
Ruina's-
state that I think that in the state me and you played it, Varia, it doesn't hang on this list. I think that now it's gotten better. They fixed a lot of things. They've added some content, but it really
Still,
just
you
had
know.
style. Like it really just had style, like the way that cyberpunk stuff nailed. But
mean-
the gameplay could have. It was short and yeah.
yeah, but I would agree. Cut
See,
Ruiner.
that would have been mine because again, that's one I haven't played. I know you guys. Were
It's a
into
great
it, so
game, but
if you're cutting it yourselves, then that's
I don't like it as much as I like Gravity Rush, but I still like the game a lot.
Okay.
How about
So
what about Night in the Woods though? Like
Oh,
I've never played it. Have
So
you
I
guys?
put it, and
I played all of it.
I want to keep it because I think, first of all, it's nice also to have a narrative type game, and I think this is one of the better ones that came out in a long time, both for its style, The type of story, the characters are all super memorable.
The artwork is
Um,
super gorgeous and comfy. I love the style of it. I love the writing too. Like you said, the narrative. I think
Yeah.
like not only is it funny, but like when it wants to, you can tell that the people who made it, I forget the guy's name, but you can tell
yeah,
that he.
Scott
Tom.
something.
Yeah.
Tom.
What? No, Scott.
Oh, I
What,
think
Tim?
said Tim.
What?
Tim.
I'm joking.
But Tim wrote Night in the Woods.
I
What?
could tell that he's very like he's sarcastic with his humor, but in a way that it's like God, like this dude is mad, like so, like he knows, like you know. But I really enjoyed that game too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is a game.
There's a good
I'll
twist
keep
in it
memory.
too, by the way. No
Yeah.
spoilers about that, but there's a good twist in it where it's like, oh shit, this is kind of like dark.
Mm.
Okay, but we said Ruiner then is
I'm fine.
Ruiner's
with it.
out, I
going in
think.
favor
My
of these other
personal
ones?
top 10,
Yeah.
but it's not in this top 10.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So we have a 10.
I gotta say that was hard. Like
Yeah.
the first couple ones were like, yeah, these don't fit, but then after that, every one is like, they can totally see a case for this. So
Hardest-
Also,
hardest
also
cut for
now
me
we
was
have an
Doki.
order that's almost like we can almost agree on. We're going to change a few, but like this
I would-
looks pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. So, Poon, do you want to read us our 10 right now?
all right, so our top 10, and this is not in order yet. These are just our top 10. Nier Automata, Persona 5, Super Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, Night in the Woods, Cuphead, Sonic Mania, Horizon Zero Dawn, Resident Evil 7, and Gravity Rush 2.
So I would say immediately we can put Horizon Zero Dawn at 10.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay.
I love the
Bullied
game.
again.
Yeah, but
It's
love the
still
game,
in the
but
top 10,
yeah, it's
but it's not
good
as
that
good
it's
as
still
all the
here.
other
Yeah.
rest. And
I could
So-
also say that I would think we would leave Gravity Rush 2 there.
I see it as an 8.
Well, what would
Okay,
you
I
say?
could switch it with Resident Evil. I don't know how you guys feel,
Oh,
but
I was thinking Cuphead gets a 9, but you know.
Man, you're
Let's,
really just dogging on it there.
I like the animation and stuff, but we also said Ruiner was really stylish, but it still got cut, you know?
Well, Cuphead
Yeah,
plays
but
really
like what-
good too.
I think Cuphead does more with innovates more with his gameplay, especially with his boss phases. That I don't know. I think Cuphead still
I'm-
holds better.
I'm okay with it being on the lower end though, but I would, again, because I have not played it, I would put it ahead of Night in the Woods.
the only thing that I would fuck here in this list would be Nier. Oh, I mean, I'm sorry, I said fuck, but I mean the only thing that I would fuck up here.
But you also fuck up that list.
The only thing that I would fuck up here or switch around is the top. Is in the top 5. Everything on the bottom 6, fine. I'm fine with.
I mean, yeah,
Right.
like I don't. If you want to put Cuphead lower to raise up Gravity Rush, like, I guess I won't fight it. That's okay, but
No, I know Gravity Rush is going to be like on the lower end. I'm not saying it's like 2 or 3 material either.
Well, let's say what's a good 9? Can we all agree that Resident Evil could be a good 9?
I'm okay with it.
I really don't care about 10
Yeah.
to 6.
okay. So Resident Evil then is going to be number 9. We say that. Sure, we'll put Cuphead at 8. All right.
I
Gravity
don't know.
Rush-
I feel like
No?
well,
By
I feel like,
How do you guys feel about Sonic
Okay, yeah, I
Mania?
guess the thing, yeah. So like, what's in the top 5? I think our
I
top
love Sonic
4
Mania a
are
lot.
good.
It was one of my favorite games this year.
Which one?
Sonic Mania. So
See, that feels
I'd be
like that
fine.
I'm
I'd be
fine where it is now. But
Yeah, I like where it's at now.
Well, but so I think our top 4, like we may need to argue the order of those, but the top 4 material is good. I don't know
Yes.
if Night in the Woods is top 5 because again, I just haven't played it.
I
So
would
can't even-
change. I would change 5 with 6. I would put Sonic Mania at
Sonic
5
Mania
and
at
Night in
5?
the Woods at 6. Yeah.
I honestly would have 8 where Night in the Woods is first, and then move everything down. But I'm not going to argue because I'm glad Night in the Woods is on the list. It's going to be in my top 5 for sure. But
Okay.
but I think I'm
Um,
good with it being 6.
Okay, so
Sonic
number,
sucks though.
number 10 is
Fuck off.
Horizon, 9 Resident Evil, 8 Cuphead, 7 Gravity Rush, and 6 Night in the Woods. That's people are
I think
okay
we're set
with
on
that?
5 too.
Yeah,
for the
so
most
I-
part.
and
Yeah.
Sonic Mania number 5. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I
I'm
would
good.
float Cuphead, but I'm okay with where it is.
I'm
And-
good with that order.
All right, so now it comes down to
All
the
the
top
big 4. Oh
Uh,
boy.
Nier, Persona, Mario, and Zelda.
Can I float this out there? Can I
Yes.
float out that Mario before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does anybody have Poon, do you really have a problem with that? We could talk about it, but I love
Wait, no.
Mario. I think it was such a fun smile game. Like every time I was playing it, just so many things that were like, God, this looks awesome. It feels awesome. I'm like taken back in my childhood. I was smiling through the whole thing. It doesn't do much for Mario, I don't think. Like, I mean, as far as like change what Mario is, at least like, too much. Still like a 3D kind of, platform game, but
Yeah.
I did love it. I did love it, but I could see it.
I feel like Mario Odyssey is oddly enough in sort of the same position. It's like the Horizon Zero Dawn's slightly better version of it, because it's also a very good game, but it's also gets screwed out of the top awards. Like Horizon Zero Dawn's the one that doesn't get nominated for things, and Mario's the one that gets nominated but never wins anything. And like I'm okay with that, but that's just, oh man, this was a really fun game. And someone said earlier, like, it's not the best Mario game ever. I don't know. It feels like the best Mario game ever to me, but
same to me. For me, it's the best 3D Mario for sure.
3D, yes. I'll say yes.
Yeah,
64 was very good though.
Yeah, like this is like 64 and amped up. So
that's the thing, is I'm comparing it to previous games like 64 and Sunshine and Galaxy, and like, is there anything any of those games did better than Odyssey? But
I think
that's
I
the
think
Mario
Odyssey
ranking.
wins.
That's all we're talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that being number 4.
4.
So I would put Persona 5 at 3.
I would agree with that, because here's the thing: is Persona 5, I had some actual. You know what? I would actually put Persona 5 at 4 before Mario.
No, I would not.
Because
Persona 5 is such a deeper game.
See, I had some serious problems with the ending, the story, like the last act. For one thing, can we get into spoilers?
Well,
Sure, I don't care.
Well, here's the thing, though. Here's what I would. Yeah, let's not go too crazy about the ending, because honestly, if you want to talk about that, Super Mario is like, we know what's going to happen. It always happens. Well, that's like saying
no, but the difference is that for me, Persona's ending made the game worse.
True, I would argue the same about Zelda.
Oh boy.
I don't think that last boss fight made the game any better. I think it was a severe hindrance on the game.
Yeah, like that's also true, but that's the last 15 minutes of the game, whereas Persona is the last 20 hours, where you've got this tacked on final boss that comes out of nowhere and it resolves plot points that no one was really asked about, and then you just sort of chill for 3 months and then the game ends anyway.
I just feel like Persona 5 it was so much more, and I don't mean like to belittle Mario, because afterwards there's a lot that unlocks and stuff you can do, but like it's all, I mean, I don't know, I don't want to say samey, because I guess Persona would be the same if you're taking it into that context, but I mean the battles and the personas and the fusing and the music and the art, and
I guess
it's an RPG.
The thing though is, like, for me, Persona 5 is a great game that I have problems with. Mario Odyssey is a great game that I have no problems with, and maybe Persona hits higher highs, but just the fact that I can say things against it.
Well, this is my problem with Star Wars, the new Star Wars, and let's talk about that, because actually, if you look closely at the end of the Star Wars Episode 9, I don't know. Beefy, how do you feel? You speak up.
Well,
you like
first
Persona?
of all, there's some people in here who don't have a Switch and they've never played Zelda or Mario. So
very true.
I honestly, you guys are lucky they're even on there. Huh?
Get out!
Yeah, to be quite honest, I don't know anything about Zelda or Super Mario.
You have to own everything to be on this podcast. How many times do I say it?
Where's your Virtual Boy?
I mean, has everyone here even played Persona 5?
Nope.
I haven't finished.
I did, but I mean, I guess 3 is okay, but I don't know. Like I said, I do not really care for how the ending went out, and then there was a plot twist that felt forced and stuff. And
look, we can. I don't know. I mean,
before we put it in 3 or 2, how does it compare to Nier Automata?
It's not as good.
I personally, I think it's better, but I think for this list, Nier needs to be number 1. That's how I feel.
I would say I would even put Zelda or Nier, but I think Nier's story is so much more important than Persona.
I will say, I don't know how much I don't want to take up time talking. I feel like you guys haven't really talked much, but I will say that like my personal game of the year, spoilers for anyone who cares, is going to be Zelda, right? But I think for this list and what we're making and what we've played, I think number one needs to be Nier.
Why?
I feel like the consensus of, besides you, Poon, I think, is that we all love that game equally enough to force it to number one. I don't think Varia or Beefy care for Zelda. Obviously, they haven't played it. I don't think that
That's a good point.
If we're just taking consensus, I think number one needs to be Nier, which was why I think that the battle really comes down to 2 and 3 between Persona 5 and Zelda.
Well,
I don't know. That's what I'm seeing it as. But if you guys see anything different, then
I'll say for sure for me, Zelda's the game of the year is like the foregone conclusion, and it continued to be so for all the. We don't really need to even repeat it again because everyone else has said it so many times. But okay, if Nier is number one, then I want it to be Nier, Zelda, Mario, Persona.
And see, that's why I think.
I agree with Poon.
I'd be fine with that, but I think that I feel like me and Beefy, at least I hope, are it's Nier, Zelda, Persona, Mario, but he might be Nier Persona.
Can I
I'm fine with
mine?
Nier, Zelda, Persona.
That's
Nier,
what
Zelda.
I say.
Okay, well, all right.
Well,
So it
Mario.
looks like the top two are Nier and Zelda at least. Right?
Yeah, that's
and
what
it
I say.
seems like the question then is Persona or Mario for 3 and 4.
Well, who wants to say something? What do you?
Yeah, so I think it was cool, because my personal top would have been Nier, but I don't only consider games of the year just because of like if I like them or not, but what was their influence and what they basically brought. And Zelda basically showed everyone how to do open world so hard that for me, Nier and Zelda are completely interchangeable. Because they both do each respectively their things. Like Nier's excellent story is probably one that has the best scenarios, and it's also a very fun action game. I wouldn't say it's the best action game, for example, but I would say like the story elevates it so much. But like I would see almost Nier on number 2 and Zelda, even though I like Nier more. As far as Persona 5 and Super Mario, I'm kind of the same opinion as Poon, is this, and the fact that I haven't finished Persona, stuff like that, but I have more minor grievances about Persona 5 than I have for Mario Odyssey.
But I feel that's because Persona does more, so there's more to mess up.
It does
Mario
more,
is
but there's also like
Mario.
some stuff also on the more basic things, like Morgana being annoying, some of the battles, especially early on, maybe a bit repetitive. But these are more like nitpicks. Like it's really hard because of 4 of these 4 games in the first places. I would all put them at the same place.
Of
really.
course, yeah.
But yeah, I would go if I had to go for just like impact of a game, just in general on me. If I had to go impact on a personal level, my personal rating would then be Nier, Zelda, Mario, and Persona 5.
I'm okay with that, but if other people are okay with it, but yeah.
Well, I want to ask
thing,
real
fam.
quick.
I only played Nier. I haven't played any of these other games, so everything you guys are telling me doesn't really like influence my.
Right,
but
do you feel like Nier is deserving of number 1?
Look, even when I saw other award shows, I like Nier a lot, and I like the message it has, but deep inside me, there's something in me that says, like, nah, it can't be 1.
It just feels so good to say Zelda Breath of the Wild is number 1. That just
Well, no,
right,
it doesn't. It leaves me
Look
with
at
a
these
taste in my mouth. That or
it feels
Mario.
Good. Don't
Zelda,
you want to say it?
Personally, Zelda is my game of the year, but I felt as we were doing this, I was like, okay, it's got to be Nier for our list, for the Comfycast list for game of the year between us 5. I don't know if anyone else felt that, or I guess now we're having some pushback on that, but I really did think Nier would be number 1 for all of us.
Oh, if I'm totally honest, like I'm fine with the list as it is. Like I'm fine if you can change Zelda, because I mean, for me, it's so hard to even give rankings to these games.
I'm fine it like this. If
what if it's like this? Come on. What if it's like this?
Oh,
Why don't we get 4 1s and then 4 5s?
4-way tie.
I'm not gonna push back on this because it none of this fucking matters, you know. But I'm not gonna push back on this because like I get it, and I did love Mario, I really did, but Persona, in my opinion, was just a better game than Mario. Not a better. I don't. It's hard to describe it.
I mean, like it does feel weird to look at Persona 5 as number 4. It's like, what the hell? What was number 1, 2, and 3? Then you look at Nier, Zelda, Mario. Like, oh, okay. I guess.
I will say that I do think Nier represents us better as number 1 than Zelda here. But I don't know. I mean, I understand what you're saying. I like Zelda better too.
I'm fine with that. No, it's a huge regret that I never got around to Nier this year because it's totally a game that I would love. And really the reason why I didn't is because I pretty much got told that I was going to get it for Christmas. So I was like, well, shit, I guess I shouldn't buy it then. So...
Oh, yes. And now we're having some last-minute additions. Number 1
Knack
seems to be
2,
Knack
number
2. Who let Mark Cerny into our Google Doc? No! Oh,
That's
God.
not even me.
Splash Blast coming in at number 1.
Anyway,
Ninja
we're about
Edit.
to end the podcast on announcing that Knack 2 won every category. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thank you so much. Lights turn off. Exits blocked.
Ooh, you need to put on your game on Splash Bass Panic 2. You need to, or Splash Bass Panic. You need to put in
Helvetii.
or number 10 most anticipated game as of.
Okay, well,
No, it's not even there anymore.
yeah. Okay,
Oh,
well,
that's
are
right,
we?
it's not.
Are we
Okay,
good
number
then
11.
with this?
Look, I'm good with
top
this
10?
list.
We're done.
I think
Beefy,
we're good.
Beefy, how do you feel?
I'm good with this.
You're okay
Mario?
with it?
I wouldn't care. Like, jeez.
It doesn't matter.
All right.
None of
Nothing
this
matters.
matters.
We're all going to die.
All right. So
I think let's just let me read them off. Our top 10 game of the year, starting with number 10. Number 10, Horizon Zero Dawn. Number 9,
You did it.
Resident Evil 7. Number 8, Cuphead. Number 7, Gravity Rush 2. Number 6, Night in the Woods. Number 5, Sonic Mania. Number 4, Persona 5. Number 3, Super Mario Odyssey. Snuck it in there. Number 2, Zelda Breath of the Wild. And number 1, our Comfycast Game of the Year, Nier Automata. 2B's Thighs.
that's a good list. I mean, people listen to this, buy all of these games. You know,
For sure.
These are
I
all
mean,
very good games.
I feel like some of us failed, all of us, in one way or another by not being able to play all these games.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
Yes, of course.
Talk
Skyrim-
away, Todd.
Bye, Todd.
by my game.
I made Persona better.
Yeah,
Guys, we did
maybe
it.
if we're doing this next year, we might need to be all like, "Hey, you know what? People like this game is going to be a clear contender." So, you know,
Yeah,
you
hopefully.
ought to make more of an effort to get each other to buy.
Go to
games and stuff.
Redbox. Go to Redbox.
Oh
and
yeah,
play
that's a
it.
good idea.
I
But,
did that with Doom last year. Let me also go through and just say the number ones of our other categories.
Yeah,
For Blunder
please.
of the Year, we had Star Wars Battlefront 2. For Best Original Soundtrack 2017, we had Nier Automata. For the Popcorn Award, Best Cinematic Visually Impressive, it was Persona 5. For the Loot Box Award, Worst Use of Microtransactions was Battlefront 2. The Most Bullied Game of 2017 was Gravity Rush 2. The Most Anticipated Game of 2018 was Red Dead Redemption. Oh, actually, we don't have an order. But,
Yeah,
sorry. Anyways. For our Most Wishful Thinking, what we hope will come is... Wait, did we have an order on this? We did, right?
Well, DMC 5.
Devil
Yeah.
May Cry
Yes,
5.
Yeah.
And our Pokemon Go and Stay Go Award, things that we don't ever want to come back and wish would just go. Ajit Pai. Go fuck yourself eternally.
You forgot waifu.
Oh,
Yeah, for the
shit.
waifu.
Oh my god, how did I miss that? And our waifu of the year.
Knack
of
2.
course.
Yay.
Cat from Gravity Rush 2.
Cat 2.
Hey,
So,
for a bully game, she won 3 awards.
Yeah, Gravity. Wait, 3 awards?
Well, best waifu, well, she made the top 10, and then most bullied.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
yeah.
Oh, I thought Cat was Ajit Pai in a wig.
What? No. Yeah, please stay.
Khajiit's pie.
Ajit Pai. I have wares. That's gonna do it, guys.
I have
Any final
broadband
words?
if you have coin.
Any final words for our Game of the Year podcast before we wrap it up?
it's been a great game. It's been a great year for games.
Good game.
So that's
GG.
always good.
Yeah, I hope the next year is a bit less good, so it's not as hard to go with the end of the year.
I know, right? God, so many good games this year. Go play all the games we talked about, except for the ones in the bad lists.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for listening. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. What other things are there? Festivus, and Hail Satan. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next year. Stay comfy.
Stay comfy.
But
Bye, Tim.
Stay comfy.
See ya.